Hello everyone and welcome to Draw Your Sword, an actual play D&D podcast played with comic artists and writers. I am Sandy, the Dungeon Master, and joining me are Harry, Holly, and Lily.
What's up? I'm Harry. I play Emlyn, the Halfling Rogue.
Hi, I'm Holly. I play Veda, the Fire Genasi Bard.
Hey, I'm Lily. I play Fig, the Furbog Druid, and let's get away from this warehouse before the guards turn up.
Oh.
Why did you bring it up so early? We're gonna have a little bit more intro first.
That was immediately like, BAM!
Yeah,
Pun.
I was in it with the pun this time. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous for this week's pun because I had only planned it today, so I was like, I didn't have enough preparation for it.
You need at least like a 3-week lead up to
I
it.
do, so I can get ready. I've got a whole list written down now, and I'm really excited.
Okay. On the last episode, Fig heard that there were furbolgs in the city and was excited to see if it was his clan, or if they had any information at least, but all he found was blue and ginger type furbolgs, looking after a temple of Shuantia. He found out that he was quite a unique looking furbolg, and after taking a walk with Arlena, the true shaper of the temple, she pointed them in the direction of their library. Perhaps more information could be found. After having some tea and cake around the library, they found information of a large tree that had a drawing of similar looking furbolgs to Fig, and it was on the other side of the continent. Veda discovered a journal from Dugan Harmon talking about the Feywilds and how it is real. After doing the research, they were approached by Bellaman. He explained he had found a basement in his burned down house. After you investigated it, you found a box and letters associated to the KMC, a merchant company of some kind. With some clues from the letter, they made their way to the dock area, in which they found a warehouse belonging to KMC. Emlyn tried to buff their way in, and then the conflict ended in the leader running away and some of the bandits dead. The group spends the next few hours searching through the warehouse. They found a crate with a false bottom with 4 barrels of black powder used for mining. They left with the barrels and heard from a distraught halfling that someone has stolen his horse and boat.
Just a quick recap. Is it
Yeah.
like a canal?
Yeah, it's a canal.
So we could still follow without having a boat.
Yes,
Is
you
it
could.
a canal boat? Because if it's a canal boat, we could just run and find him.
I was
Yeah.
thinking that, yeah.
He left about 3 hours ago, you know that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cause-
but
cause-
like,
Yeah, you
know,
spent your
maybe
time.
It could be a horse. I think we could work something out.
yeah.
If it is a canal boat.
Yeah.
I
Although,
can
do we
most
really
definitely
want
be
to like
horse.
chase down this guy?
I want to regret everything that we just did.
Fine. Fine.
Okay.
Why though?
They started it.
Because in the eyes of the law, we have fucked up.
Well, it's self-defense. It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Wait.
it
Do you want to?
though?
Do you want to do that? Do you want to do that in character?
Fig's not thinking that. He doesn't give a shit.
I feel like Emlyn thinks that we made the right call. I
Rubs
just feel
hands
like they-
together. Done job.
Yeah, I feel like they don't want to like go to the guards, being like, "Oh, there are some people who die, but trust me, we're in the right." They don't trust the guards.
Yeah.
They don't trust the system of
They'll
justice.
find it when they
Veda
find
is ready to shout the house down if anyone tries to arrest them.
it. Fig doesn't even realize any wrongdoing has been done.
All we gotta do
He's just trying to
is
find some good rocks.
we just gotta like steal Fig's papers if they are actually making them, and then
Fuck
get away,
papers.
and then we're done.
Do them somewhere else.
I feel like it was a good opportunity to get some papers, but whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you have, I feel like you have a couple of options here. You could either chase down this person who has the boat. You know that most of these boats are ran by horses, so you know you could probably chase after him that way. You know, it's not magical or propelled by any gasoline or anything like that. You also could go to the guards or whatever murder hobos do these days. I don't know.
As far as I'm aware, we're still looking to drown these barrels, so I'm gonna look for some good rocks.
Make an investigation check. As you're right on the edge of this large canal port area, you see about 4 or 5 docks. in here.
14.
Maybe we should keep a hold of at least one of them.
Maybe we shouldn't sink them right
Yeah.
here in the town.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think maybe that would be a mistake.
These rocks around here, like, are mediocre at best.
So, Fig, as you investigate around the little harbour area, you do find a good number of rocks, all various sizes and shapes that you could definitely weigh down this barrels with.
Here's what I'm thinking. There's no point us going to try and speak to guards or anything about this, because I think it's got a little complicated, and they're probably not going to necessarily see our side of the story.
And they're
But-
also useless.
Exactly.
And
And
there's like 5 of them.
And there's someone doing something, disappearing very slowly down this canal. So maybe we ought to try and catch up with them. And then maybe along the way we'll find a good place to get rid of these.
Okay.
And-
I know a way we can get up to him quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I turn into a motherfucking horse.
Presumably dropping the sacks of TNT just like
No,
directly
they
onto the
join
floor.
me in my
Oh yeah,
person.
yeah, they merge with him.
I
Oh,
am now
well,
an
that's
explosive
amazing.
horse.
That's the best way of hiding them. Is Fig's horse big enough for both of us to get
He's
on
a
the horse?
massive
Yeah.
Shire horse. You guys will be
Oh, okay,
fine.
cool.
Awesome.
I feel Emlyn maybe needs Vader's help to get up.
That's
Yeah, you
fine.
don't have a
They'll
saddle
help
or
us.
anything. Can you ride without a saddle?
Did you just not want to say bareback there, Sandy?
Yep.
Well, can Vader fit me in her backpack? Important.
No.
important
And
thing
even
to
if she
figure
could,
out.
she couldn't lift you.
Couldn't carry me.
Fig can probably lift. Can Fig lift Emlyn up with his mouth and just like throw them on his back?
He could kneel down.
Yeah.
He'd probably have to kneel down a bit to let Vader on, to be honest, because Shire
Yeah,
horses are
He'll
huge.
kind of sit down.
So can Vader ride a horse?
Yes,
Does she know
ride
exactly
horse.
what she's doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like with Fig controlling it, it's not as hard as
Yeah.
actually riding a horse bareback.
Just kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah. So we're chasing after this guy then, right? Is that
Yeah. And I can run
nice?
60 feet in a second, so that's a dash.
Yeah, you do 120
120
feet every 6 seconds.
Yikes.
Yeah.
It's really
Okay.
fast.
He's got really fluffy feet as well. That's my favorite kind.
Thanks
of
for adding
horse.
that detail.
It's
that's
really,
really-
cute. I love
No,
horses
yeah.
with fluffy feet.
It's enhanced the image for me. Thank you.
As you begin to come away from the canal port, leaving this very distraught halfling speaking to this guard who doesn't seem very interested, you make your way south out towards the city.
Hold on though. Sorry.
Yeah.
Before we go, can we have got a description of like the boat and that kind of thing?
Okay, so you actually want to describe it.
Yeah. Can we have just asked about it already?
Sure. As you inquire with the halfling, he describes it as, you know, your typical canal boat with a burgundy color, kind of worn out. It's been in his family for generations. So as you transform into a horse, you hop up onto the back. You run outside the canal port, and your first encounter with Lower Town Lilion, where you just see very, very, very close-knit houses, all kind of bunched in together, some toppling over and kind of like bent into each other, and all. You just see a very different take on the city that you've normally seen. People just wearing rags. There's no cobbled streets. It's all just kind of dirt and very close quarters. You can see like washing lines going in between them all as you're kind of rushing out, and you see this on the side. As you enter to the back gate, you only see a couple of guards looking over the rest of the back wall, and they let you out free as you begin heading southward. Are you just going to be traveling until you find him, I suppose? The time
I
right now
feel-
is probably like 6 in the evening, just so you know.
I feel like we should give it a solid shot.
Mhm.
Unless
I mean,
it
I
gets
can
to the point where it's been many hours or it's like super dark.
I could stay as a horse for an hour, but I can change again for another hour.
Well, let's see how far we get if you try and hurry. If
Okay.
you're doing all right in an hour.
Super extra speedy horse.
Okay.
Didn't
I
choose
mean-
the fastest horse, but
No, but pretty long legs
am I
horse
cute.
though, right?
kinda. They're very thick and chunky. 10 out of 10.
They've got good stamina, they could probably go for quite a while.
Mm.
I'm trying not to make joke. That's fine. Anyway.
I meant for running, Sandy. God,
Sandy, I have no idea what you're talking about.
so inappropriate.
You could stop
Sorry.
being so childish. Do we have to roll to see how fast this horse is gonna go?
Okay, so 120 feet every 6 seconds, you get pretty far pretty quickly. After an hour passes, no sign.
I pop out of my form.
Do you give us a heads up, or do you just pop out? Of
I
it
feel
and
like
you're
he
just
can pop out and
"Aw."
he's still just got Veda on his back and like Emlyn on his head, and he can still just kind of run with you guys on him.
Yeah, and then you
Turns
transfer
back
back
into a
out.
horse again.
Probably 7:30 in the evening, and the sun begins to set and it get darker, and as you're kind of just chasing down, are you just going to keep going for the next hour or so?
But we haven't seen any abandoned canal boats or anything.
Not yet, no.
Oh yikes!
I mean,
any...
we've gone quite a long way.
Mhm.
I feel like since we're here, it feels like if we do stop and rest or try and go in a different way that's not horse,
Yeah.
it's more likely that we'll have lost it and we'll lose him. So I kind of feel like if you did horse up again and we gave it another hour, either we're gonna find them or we won't find them and then we camp and then we go back in the morning. Or not, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we could do that because if we go into a fight, I don't have any of my cool shit because I've doubled up on horsing.
Do you not have any spell slots? I don't know how it works.
I do, but I want my fungal stuff.
So what does Fig want to do?
I feel like this is all happening when Fig is puffed back and he's got Emlyn on
Yeah.
his-
Yeah.
You're taking like a quick break before you bamf back in.
He's like, oh well, if we keep looking for him, then, you know, we'll find him. Maybe if we don't, then we can stop and camp. I'm fine with that. I would much prefer to stay out in this forest and then in again anyway. So, whatever's fine with me.
You
I'm fine
prefer
to
to
keep
be out in the
horsing it.
forest than back in the inn
Yeah.
where you've got a bed? Okay, it doesn't matter.
I don't fit in the bed.
That's true.
So if you guys want to keep running, I can turn back into a horse and keep running. Or we can... Because we'll have to... No, I can turn into a horse tomorrow as well.
I'm not very fast, so I think if you don't do that, we're not going to find him. I'm going to be slower than a canal boat.
How far can a canal boat travel anyway? I felt like when we were in it, it didn't go very fast.
Exactly. So it feels like we're either going to meet him soon, or they're lost forever.
Are there any fresh signs of, like, horse tracks here, Sandy, that maybe could be him? Or is it like there's just too many on top of each other to make...
Make a
Check, do you?
investigation check.
Can I help?
Sure.
You're on my head. Investigation.
Yeah. It's
Ooh,
definitely
my
right.
investigation's not good.
I'm still up there on your
Ooh,
shoulders.
19.
19. Okay. As you kind of take this moment to contemplate whether he's here or not, you haven't seen, boats always typically come down this way, and you're on the kind of canal boat path. You haven't seen any more come down this way, so any tracks fresh, you can easily kind of spot out. And you do see, at a very quick pace, there is a horse. The tracks only look like a couple of hours old.
Is it Fig? No, okay, got it.
You can
Just
discern
go
that
around
it's
in
not
circles.
fake. But yeah, you can see it kind of continuing on forward ahead of you. That it seems to be going at a quicker pace. But remember, he has had 3 hours on top of you.
But we're like... I don't know how fast the horse can go pulling a boat.
Can Fig tell like how old they look at all?
Yeah, he could discern that it was a couple of hours.
Can I tell what kind of run style the horse was doing?
Ooh.
You could see that it was quick, so it's got a wide... in between
Was
the
it
steps
a
are wide.
Canter or a trot?
Make a... make a nature check.
Shit. Oh, no. Can it be survival?
Sure.
17.
This looks like a cantering horse.
A cantering horse?
Yeah. It's probably slowed down by the fact that it's got attached to a boat. So there's a reason why he has this boat. Otherwise, he would just cut the boat loose and keep the horse. There's a reason he has it.
He must be carrying something.
Maybe it's more of this powder or some other goods from the warehouse.
The tracks aren't that old, and the horse is cantering, so it's going pretty fast. If it was a trot, then we might have been able to catch up a bit better, but it's a canter, so it's a bit faster. So we could keep running, and we might hit it, but we might not.
Well, even if we don't find him exactly where he is, we might be able to tell where he's going if he leaves the boat.
We could do that. If you guys want to keep running, I'm happy to. I'm enjoying being outside again.
I think I'd like to give it a shot in case it's dangerous what he's doing.
Okay, and the further away from town we get, the more we can throw away this barrels.
That's true, yeah.
And the less weird it would look.
That's a good point. It's a good trick, hiding them in the horse. Do you have to, like... Does it feel like you're holding them in?
No.
Okay.
Well, it feels like, you know, there's... It just feels like I'm wearing my backpack.
When we're on you, or when we're not?
It just feels like if you were to sit on the back of my head like you're doing now, it just kind of feels like the same thing.
That's why I don't understand you at all. And it's really interesting.
I turn into a horse.
Whoa!
Okay, so you're gonna keep chasing them down?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're doing till the point of you not being able to
Run
transform
anymore. Yeah.
Okay. So into the night, you continuing on down this path. Are you just continuing galloping?
Mm-hmm.
So as you continue
the
galloping
terms.
down, it becomes now pitch black. There's no torchlight anywhere.
Veda,
So it's hard to
Yeah.
see.
do you mind?
Fade his head.
Yeah. I mean, even with like
can't
this
speak, sorry.
light glow, like you can't see past like 5 feet. It's.
Can we make sure that are we still able to like see if there's a boat?
Are you lighting torches or?
Is there no moonlight?
There is. It's just it's kind of cloudy.
Oh, okay.
Does Can Vader see in the dark?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, you see in dim light up to 60 feet, which isn't very far, and it's hard to perceive things.
But like Vader would notice if there was a boat,
Yeah.
a whole boat.
Yeah.
One whole
Veda,
boat.
make a perception check at disadvantage.
I mean, I think her hair's definitely casting dim light. Just gonna throw that into the argument.
Yeah, but it's only like a 5 foot radius, and it's like not very far out into like pitch blackness. 60 feet's not far when you're traveling at 120 feet like every 6 seconds.
It's if I can see in dim light within 60 feet of me as if it was bright light, and in darkness as if it was dim light.
Yeah, so you can only see 60 feet, but you're traveling at 120 feet. So it's like this like weird rushing feeling towards your face.
Oh, nice.
21
Oh, there you go.
at
Both
disadvantage.
Yeah. 221s. This doesn't seem to bother you. As you are now, rushing ahead, you're keeping an eye out. And about another 45 minutes pass, and you're keeping a close eye out. And you see, because this whole area is, quite hilly terrain, as you normally see, but you're kind of like on the lower ground. And as you are sprinting forward, you just see off to the side, tied to a hitching post, is a very worn burgundy ship with no horse attached or no one there, as you can perceive.
Is there no one in the vicinity at all?
No, not that you can see.
Okay. Veda will just kind of like tap Fig's horse head and like tug on Emlyn's sleeve and point it out.
Okay, I'll stop running.
Do we want to try and see if we can see tracks and see how old they were? I mean, or give it a shot anyway.
I nod my big horse head.
Wait, can Fig the horse see in the dark?
No. I
Do you
can hear
thi-
you
can-
though.
If Vader shone her hair on the mud, would
Mhm.
Fig the horse be able to see tracks? Or do we have to get down and do it?
I mean,
I mean, I can
Do
see
that anyway.
them, but I can't tell you about it.
unless
Alright.
you transform back.
That's
Yeah, I know,
true.
but
That's a
then
good point.
I'll-
Emlyn backflips off the horse.
Easy enough.
It's very important to me that it's acrobatics, not athletics. You make me check for it.
Go for it. Make a check.
Um,
Do it. Make a check.
Just sweet flip.
Do a sweet flip off.
Oh,
Oh,
mate. That's a 26
amazing.
altogether.
Natural
That
20.
20.
Yeah, easy enough. As it's still like coming to a stop, you kick off backwards and do a backflip off of Fig. Do a 3-point landing. Easy
It's
enough.
fucking spectacular. It's so good.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess Emlyn then sort of like goes to Emlyn can't see in the dark and is just sort of like looking around on the floor extremely ineptly after that like perfect landing.
Okay. You want to light a torch or anything, or?
Vader's gonna hop off Fig's back.
Yeah,
and
I think that maybe Vader is a better way to go because you could
Yeah.
turn it on and off.
I feel like Fig will probably bend down to help Vader off, but she would have done for Emlyn as well, but Emlyn popped off, so.
Yeah.
It's a long way off the ground for me.
It's true.
Yeah, she'll hop off as daintily as you can hop off a shire horse, which isn't very.
Sliding down.
Yeah, whoa. She's not gonna try and do anything fancy that I need to roll for them.
No.
She falls. Roll for falling.
Take 1d6 damage.
That's a lot for her.
As you now, your hair giving off that slight glow to it of candlelight, basically. Are you guys, how far away from the boat are you?
I don't know.
I would have thought close if we have to have seen it in the dim hairlight.
At
Yeah.
least 60 feet, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, should we investigate the boat first?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh
Can I put
yeah,
my head
maybe
horse down and just look in the ground?
If you want to, yeah.
yeah, maybe Vader should look at the footprints and Emlyn should try and listen out or anything or look for anyone in the boat. Not that I'm better at perception, just because I don't have any lights.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can.
That was not very tactical.
Yeah, investigation for you, Veda, to discern what's going on.
13.
As you look down at the ground, trying to figure out what has happened here, you see a lot of footfall, actually. Can't really tell how long ago all this was going on, but there does seem to be more than one person and more than one horse here. You see it actually crossed over at some point over the water. Whether they've made a bridge of some kind that they have, but you can see footprints and hoof tracks going over the water.
Is
Yeah.
the water going really fast?
No, it's quite a lazy
Doesn't now.
river.
Okay. I know. I was like,
Do you-
you could just walk over.
It's deep though.
Swim.
Does Fig see this and
Make
it's
a
just like,
bridge.
yeah, I guess we could just go.
Well, I was gonna say, if we could have a short break, that would be great.
Oh wait, well first, do I hear anything coming from the boat? Can we hear people still on the boat?
Make a perception check.
Just in case we need to run away.
So this is going to be more hearing.
Oh,
Well-
it's a 6. My perception is not very good.
I should have
Emlyn
rolled
is just scared in the dark. If Vader has explained what's going on, then Emlyn is very edgy and it's just is it a ghost horse? Is it a magic? Oh god! Emlyn just can't see shit and is proper worried now.
Passively, do I hear anything, Sandy?
No. You just hear night sounds.
Can I
Creatures
just pop
now.
out of my horse form and just lie on the floor for a moment?
Okay.
Been running for 2 hours straight.
Yeah. So you see this boat tracks now, a big kind of kerfuffle around it, and then the tracks kind of leading into the water.
Can Veda sort of get a bit closer to the boat and try and peep in little windows?
Sure. Make a perception check. 7.
Ah, 7.
Okay. As you kind of look
We
inside,
just see the reflection of her own hair.
yeah, it's just very bright and blinding. They're actually tinted windows. You don't see any movement, and it seems very still. You do see, the main deck of the canal boat is empty. You see a couple of ropes, maybe one kind of box on it, but other than that, there's kind of nothing there.
Is it empty?
It looks empty.
How old do these tracks look now?
Hard to say.
If they cross the water, we can't follow them.
Why not?
Well,
We can
either
just
we
walk
can.
across.
I'm not getting into a canal.
The way I see it, either we've got this boat that we can return to its owner, or we've got a free boat, or we can use the boat to get over to the other side and we could try and see where they went.
Well, we should probably make sure the boat is empty first.
I think it looks fine.
And then we
Optimistic.
should also take the boat.
Perception 6.
We should take the boat back to its owner.
Right now? Do you want to go and have a look in case they've like left anything in there?
Okay, I'll check.
Well, if we go in and there's like an enormous thing with these barrels full of gunpowder, maybe we ought to do something with that.
Is
Yes.
the boat on the other side or is it on the side?
It's on your side, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do we want to go over to the other side just in case? We can see if this like magic horse has come back out the water.
Why do you think the horse is magic?
Because it went in, it just... Wait, how
know-
deep is this
You
canal?
know horses can swim, right? They're really good swimmers.
It's
I don't
probably
know.
like
I don't ride horses. We're not the right size.
it's probably like 25, 30 feet. It's hard to say, really.
Deep.
Deep, yeah.
Where Emlyn just points at the deep water.
Deep.
I say we don't know what these guys are doing out here. And like, that guy was really sad that his boat's gone, so maybe we should return it to him.
Okay, do we want to check the boat and try and see if we know these people have gone? And then we can, I mean, we'll probably need to rest before pulling the boat back.
Yeah, 'cause
Upstream?
I'm dying.
Yeah, so I think let's have a look on the boat. Right?
Okay, yeah, that sounds fine.
In case there's powder.
Oh, we need to get rid of
or-
our powder as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, Fig, you still have your bindle you're holding right now, right?
It's on the end of my staff, yeah.
Maybe we should keep a hold of it just now. Just in case.
What if we blow it up?
The boat?
No, the barrels.
Why?
You're gonna blow a hole in the ground. It's not. It's for mining. This amount. You're not just gonna like. It's not a little sparkler. You can't set this on fire.
Fig's just nodding.
Fig,
Hmm.
what about all the trees nearby?
I was only joking.
I can't tell with you.
I'm going to check the boat.
Well, we need to do something with it. We can't.
While they're
put it-
arguing about this, Veda's gonna like see if she can open the door on the boat.
That's a good
Yep.
idea.
As you kind of hop over to the boat, as they're kind of bickering about exploding mountains and stuff, you walk on. The door seems to be off the latch and seems to be kicked in.
Is there anything inside?
Make an investigation check. Is there anything that you're looking for?
Just looking for people or anything that seems like it might give us a hint as to what's going on.
Okay.
Ooh, 8.
Ooh.
As you walk inside, the person who owns this boat is probably not very well off. You can see it's kind of, the wood in here is a bit worn and broken away. Some parts are just not functioning as well as they should. You see a kind of very messy bed in the far corner. It doesn't seem to be like a very bandit friendly boat. It doesn't look like, there's no people strewn around or barrels that say KMC on it or anything. It just looks like some guy's house.
Oh no, he's homeless. She's gonna poke her head back out and say, I can't see anything important in here. Are you finished arguing?
Well, it's just maybe what we could do is we can just pour the contents of the barrels out into the water, then destroy the barrels so no one could hook it back out and use it. No.
I mean, can I roll anything? If I have any sense of will this stop the powder working? Will it make the river explosive? Will it kill the fish? Do I know? Is there anything else that I know?
Make a general intelligence check.
Yo, it's a
15.
15. That could have been so much worse.
Yeah. It would probably just hit into the water and not work anymore, basically. You know that. Either from experimentations with sparklers or have heard about shipments being soiled and being waterlogged that they couldn't use anymore when they're maybe coming across to your island.
Oh, sure, yeah. I actually think that might be a good idea. I don't think it works anymore if you put it in the water.
I just think it'd be better if we destroyed whatever was holding it so no one could hook it back out. Just
I
in case
know,
there's a way you
that is a good idea. What do you think, Veda?
Yes, that seems like it would work.
And we won't have to waste any rocks. Because the ones
And-
that I found are pretty cool.
We would have the containers to show to anyone if we came into trouble.
That's a good point. I definitely think we should do that. And then I don't know if you guys want to try and see what's on the other side of the river, or where they've gone, or
Well, there-
if we should just get rid of it and go back to town now with the boat.
I mean, they could be going anywhere, and we could follow them for days and not.
Oh,
find
I
them.
could maybe ask a tree if it's seen where they went.
Not a bad idea.
I filled with great ideas tonight.
You see the area around you is quite sparse with trees. It's mostly hilly terrain, but there are a couple nearby.
I can speak to plants. I'd ever talk to one of the ones across the water. Well, is there any ones that have like a good view of like this path of the other side of the water?
Yeah, there's, you can see a lot of plants on the other side, and probably one or two trees that have dipped down and kind of growing out the side of the hill.
Okay, because I'd ever not cross the water, so that's on our side, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna put the bindle down. Okay, I'll go over to the tree and I'll put my hand on it. Say, good evening, tree. We're looking for some folk. There's a guy with a red face. Have you seen them and know which way they went at all? Or have you seen them? Can you answer that first for me?
So you just get feels from the tree, right?
Yeah, I can get like a good feeling or like...
You get the sense of, yes, it's seen people.
Do you know which way they went?
It almost kind of like twists itself to like over the water, heading north, more northward, as it could see across. So basically going back the way you came.
Did they seem aggressive or anything like that?
You get the sense of it seeing weapons.
Okay.
You kind of get this kind of feeling of, chopping.
Or they might have been the scuffle might be that this person ran into people who knew it was stolen, or do you know what I mean? It could have been meeting up with people that they know, or it could have been the opposite.
Anyway, the tree... Oh, I say thank you to the tree, and I wish it a good night. I turn back to the team and just say that the tree said that they were heading north. So back the way we came, but at the other side of the river.
Well, maybe we should just take the boat back to its owner, head back to the town then.
Yeah. Because if you look for them tomorrow or something, I can ask the trees along the way if they've seen them. If you guys want to do that. I don't know if we're going to be able to catch this guy because he's now free from the boat, so his horse can go.
And maybe
fast.
he's just gone back to town to finish up business.
Yeah.
Like, my instinct is to... I mean, I'll go where you guys go, but my instinct is to try and find out what's going on, because what if they have these test tubes of evil pumpkin stuff that they're going to send out to everyone, or what if they're going to blow up the town, or
Well,
I don't know. I mean, I
it
don't mean
all-
now we have to look for them, but I'd like to know what's
seems
happening.
to be centered around Lilian, so we should head back to the town.
Well,
and
first
then
of
we
all,
can investigate from there.
who thinks I can get the lids? Or I don't have. How do you open barrels?
You can smash them, or, they do have
You
like a
like
sealed...
crowbar the lid
Yeah,
open?
you can
Do
crowbar
you
it.
get crowbars and explorers packs?
I think so.
Can I just pop the lid off? Can you do that?
I think so, yeah.
Or
They're
rip
like
open.
sealed, but yeah, you can.
Can I just like...
I literally just
Pop
like
it.
don't understand barrels in real life.
Can I just pop it?
Yeah, I mean, you could easily just
Yeah.
like smash it open.
I'm not gonna smash it open. I'm just gonna crack, like grab one of the side planks and just kind of rip it.
We should keep the barrels when they're empty.
I broke this one. Should I try open the other ones nicer?
It's fine. They don't need to be together,
Okay.
just so that we can see them.
Maybe try and keep one of them together so you can see. Oh, do they have KMC on the side?
These ones don't know. It just has a
Wow.
X on it.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. I retract my statement.
Okay, I'll pop them. I guess just pop them all so we can each take one and then pour it out quicker.
Sorry, I've discovered that I do have a crowbar, just in case.
Oh,
You
okay.
want a crowbar? I've got one.
Yeah, there's also a bunch of
pop them, I
crowbars in the
guess.
warehouse if you wanted to take one as well. It's not that big of a deal.
Let's pour them out.
As you go over the side and start pouring out all these this black powder. Easy enough, done.
Just I was waiting to get shot with a crossbow or something.
Nope, good shit.
Actually, Veda, maybe stay away from these.
It doesn't seem to affect.
Okay.
Her hair's not actually fire.
It just looks like it. Has a bit of light to it.
I feel like we're all a bit confused.
Welcome to D&D. As you pour them all out, you get that very nice gunpowdery smell.
It's like
Which,
you
nice
like to smell
smell?
petrol.
yeah,
I've never smelled gunpowder before.
It's like fireworks.
yeah.
No.
Party poppers.
I do like party poppers.
Giant party poppers.
Woo!
With no confetti in them.
I mean, there might be.
I wish.
Never know.
The confetti are our innards if they go off.
Yeah. So yeah, as you pour everything out, what would you guys like to do? Because you could rest for a couple of hours and get your horse things back and make it back by like 10 if you wanted to.
Do that if you guys don't want to stay outside.
As well as pulling
I'm
the boat
game.
back.
Mm.
Well, yeah, like if Fig can be a horse again and pull the boat back.
It'll take a
Okay.
good couple of hours, but yeah, you could do it.
Should we just do that then?
Yeah,
I
I can
think
pull it for 2 hours. Can I? If I pull it at like a relatively fastish speed, would I be able to get back in time, or will I pop out of my horse form just before we get there?
I think,
Also, can I just pull it as me?
yeah, you probably could, yeah.
Okay. Cool,
Well, you
that's fine.
didn't run for the full 2 hours either.
No, something like an hour and 45 minutes. And that was like full galloping. But yeah, you Fig, make a general athletics check of like pulling it.
21.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough. As you're even pulling it as a horse, you're the size of you, it actually is probably quicker in your human form as you can grapple onto it with your hands and you can pull it along.
I just put it over my shoulder.
hmm
It's like pull along.
It's like those like strong men pulling like planes and stuff.
hmm
That's what you're kind of doing. And
I feel like he's not struggling. It's like walking a small dog.
yeah, just using out all your energy before you go to bed.
hmm
So yeah, in a couple of hours, you make it back to Lilion. Pulling.
Is there any sign of the sad halfling man?
Make a perception check.
22.
Nice. Getting really mixed rolls here.
Yeah, like really good or really crap.
Yeah. So at 22, as you're kind of keeping an eye out for this guy, you see him actually down one of the alleyways where the warehouses are, and he just kind of like got his head in his hands, and there seems to be another halfling there, kind of consoling him, and it's kind of darkly lit.
Beta's gonna go and like tap him on the shoulder.
He goes, "What? Oh,
Yeah.
hello."
Excuse me. I think we found your boat, Link.
You better not be pulling my leg.
No, look, it's yeah.
He kind of like looks over and kind of like
Wait.
rubs his eyes. He says, how the hell did you get that back?"
We went down the canal to see if we could find the red-skinned man who took it, but there was no sign of him. But we found your boat.
"Well, thunder be praised. And he kind of like goes into his pouch and says, "I'm glad that someone around here is doing some good." And he throws you a small kind of sack of coin.
No, we can't take that. You keep
No,
that.
please. This is more than I could be thankful for.
Well, we didn't manage to find the horse. Was there a horse with it?
Yeah, well, horses come and go. It's
Well, maybe you can use the money to buy a new horse.
well, you are very humble people, but I insist, please.
I can be your horse.
Okay, Emlyn takes the money.
Beta-
As Fig says
Beta
that.
gives them a look.
Thick had fun pulling this.
It seems to have, as you kind of look inside, it seems to have 10 gold pieces in it, which is quite a lot.
Emlyn gives the money to Veda for her to either intimidate this person into taking their money back or otherwise. But also, they want to ask for a description of what the horse looked like.
Oh, the horse was a chestnut horse. Had a small white diamond on the front of his head. Standard horse for big people, I suppose.
What was his name?
Caramel.
Oh, lovely.
Well, we're gonna try and keep an eye out, and if we can, find out what's going on and who it was that took it. So, we'll keep an eye out for Caramel as well.
That would be amazing. Yes, thank you. I will keep an eye on the stables and let you know if they ever returned somehow. But in this kind of current climate, I very much doubt that. You lot are the only good souls I've seen in a long time.
Data's gonna give him his money pouch back.
Emily's just like beaming. They're looking very pleased with themselves. That's all they wanted, that compliment.
Fig's just wanting to pull the boat further.
He's continuing back up.
He's like, I'll take it for a walk. It's like, wee.
As he says, well, thank you anyway. You're the only good people around here. And he kind of like looks at Emlyn and just says, thank you. And kind of pats you on the shoulder. And he kind of puts his money patch back in. Well, we'll see what damage this has done then. And he kind of walks over to his boat.
Do you want me to tie it up somewhere for you?
Yes, just tie it up over next to that one over there.
I don't actually know if I can tie knots.
Fig ties it in a bow like shoelaces.
Yeah.
Fig's got Velcro.
I feel like you just
Yeah, they have a lot of
wind
Velcro in the
it around
Feywild,
bowl,
so-
Yeah.
It doesn't actually turn it, just like done.
Make a survival check. See if you can do it. I think he's not down.
I know he's not done, but it's like, has he done it?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a pretty good knot.
Sweet.
Pretty simple, but yeah, you got it. 14 for the survival.
Double 14, so you get a lot of doubles tonight.
So yeah, as you make it back to town, and it's hitting about 10 o'clock in the evening now.
I'm hungry.
Should we go back to the inn?
Zero
Yeah.
chippy.
I mean, do we think... How often do you think, if it's a private warehouse, how often do you think people might go and check on it?
There's
Why?
probably people there all the time.
Right?
There was a lot of men there.
Well, I mean, if they're involved in all kinds of shady dealings, then they're probably not going to report it to the guards either. So it might be fine. Just think that we might want to keep a low profile. I get, or maybe Fig is just like fucking running around in circles. And your hair is like literally like glowing in the night. And Emlyn's like, I mean, if we can. It doesn't matter. Let's get some food if you want it.
I might have to sing for our supper again.
Oh god, you guys are not very easy to travel with subtly.
But why?
I mean, obviously that's fine because we're the only good people in town. It's
Everyone
fine.
smiles.
Emlyn is so chuffed.
Yeah, let's go get something to eat. Are we gonna try staying at fancy place again? They had nice breakfasts.
Yeah, why not?
They lead the way.
They
Okay.
seem nice.
Hungry as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. It's exactly where we told the guards we were going to be. Just the right place to go. But Emlyn's just sort of muttering this at the back as we're walking, I guess.
Okay, so yeah, you make your way back up to the Grimfall Square, walking into the Golden Grain. You can see it's not very busy. It's kind of like a weekday now. People are having drinks in the corners. You see the nobles into the little booths, and Jean-Luc behind the bar, kind of just sitting, contemplating, with a big hearth burning in the center again. People falling asleep with books.
Okay. I go up to the bar.
Ah, yes. Are you coming to stay one more night?
I think so. I'm here for food.
Oh, I am
Can
afraid
I get that big pumpkin again?
the kitchen has closed for this evening.
You can literally see Fig's heart breaking in his face.
You should have gotten here sooner. I'm sorry.
Oh. Is there anywhere that would be selling food at the moment?
I don't think so. Maybe we have something lying around. We have fruit and things.
Okay. I go sit down at a table.
Maybe
Okay.
Emlyn like tries to persuade them to like, do you know what I mean? If they've got anything like toast, like toast with honey, or like anything that's like approaching a bit more substantial that they've still got,
Okay.
so that they can try and like pull something together that Fig won't be looking quite so sad at.
Make a persuasion check in general. Just be like, you got anything good?
It's a 15.
Nice. Okay. Jean-Luc has a think. He says, oh, well, Milo he should probably go on a bit of a diet. And he goes, Just give me 1 second. And he kind of goes into the back. You hear some kerfuffling going around, and he kind of like takes out on a big silver tray. It seems to be a couple of roast chickens, and you hear just yelling and crying from the back.
I don't want to take food from other people.
No, he has had enough for this evening. This is his fourth and fifth chicken for this evening. I think he's had enough. So
That is a lot of chickens.
he's a hungry fellow, and I'd like to keep him happy, but now he's not very happy. But never mind.
Fig eats meat, right?
Yeah.
Have I noticed Fig eating meat?
Yeah.
Yeah, he eats meat.
Okay, cool. Maybe Emlyn just like pauses for a second, like wait for. Emlyn doesn't know anything about Fig.
It says,
You know,
I feel like
Fig-
Fig smells chicken and his ears just like perk right up.
we do not require any singing for this evening, but if you want to make another, we can maybe write down a gig for tomorrow. If you want to either pay this now, I do not know how long you are staying in town for.
I think we'll probably be here for a couple of days, so I could play tomorrow.
maybe a couple of days. I'm not sure.
Okay.
If it turns out that I can't play tomorrow, then I will be sure to pay you.
Is that chicken for me?
He says, yes, that will be fine. I trust you. You have been good to us so far. He says, oh yes, Fig, this is yours. And he hands you this kind of like platter of, you got chicken on, and you look at the bottom, it has like roast potatoes and stuff on it as well. And from, you see like the kitchen door, you see a squished face of a dwarven man just kind of like peering out at you with like a big bubbly lip. He says, you have had enough. Go on, get away.
Here, I'll make up for it with this, and I give a little handful of good berries, ones I have left for today, so 4.
Okay. You just like throw them at him?
No, I just put them on the table and then leave the chickens.
Okay.
Both of them.
Emlyn wants some of the chicken. Come now.
Well, come fast then.
Um.
I sit down at a table with the chickens.
Okay.
Also, how much does the chicken cost?
It will be with the next.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Emlyn wants to pay for the chicken.
Okay.
Paid of berries.
Just settle any debts.
He just says, it will be 2 silver if you so insist on paying.
Yeah, Emlyn does.
Okay. He takes the 2 silver from you. He says, I appreciate it. It'll maybe make Milo a bit happier anyway.
Cool. Emlyn runs off to go and try and get like something before it's gone.
Okay. It's being devoured quickly, as you see.
Evelyn tries to reach for something, just hears.
Emlyn goes for the chicken that Fig's not on to get like a leg each
Mm.
for them
Yeah.
and Vader.
I feel like Veda's gonna bring some cutlery over with her.
Yeah, okay. Emlyn like offers Vader the chicken leg, and she just like gestures to the plate,
Yeah.
and she cuts it up.
Just seeing with his hands, it's like tearing in.
As food is had, conversation about the day is had. You make your way back upstairs. You still have the same room. They haven't flipped it yet, so they were just kind of waiting just in case you guys were going to come back.
Has the fruit bowl been refilled?
It has, yeah.
Very good.
Before we go upstairs, Veda's gonna go up to the bar and ask Jean-Luc about some of the stuff that's been happening over the day.
Oh, well, it has been a quietish day. There hasn't been much kerfuffle around. I have heard about a job that might interest you. Alexander is looking for people to investigate a bridge to the east. One of the...
I thought you were gonna say a murder, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I guess we could take it." Sorry.
He wants to investigate the bridge to the east. I know you're not from here, but we have a local troll who lives under it, and he seems to be quite upset, and he wants to see what is wrong with him.
Maybe we'll go and talk to him in the morning. Have you heard anything about people trading illegal goods in the warehouses on the canal?
Make a general charisma check for me.
Go on, Veda.
Intimidate him.
9. He says, I've not heard of anything like that. I've I'm quite a clean man. No dirty tricks here, anyway.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply that, just that you run a bar and people talk.
I've not heard anything too bad. I have heard and he kind of like looks you up and down, and he kind of gets a bit closer. There's trouble I've heard over at the known world. It is a place from the Knights of Promise. They're having some trouble over there.
What kind of trouble?
I've seen some ladies come in looking a bit worse for wear and looking for performers. It is not normal. I'm worried about them, but who am I going to turn to, eh?
Where would I find this place?
It is down in the lower district, the slums.
I will go talk to them.
But be safe. I do not know what is going on there.
I'll try.
That is all I know.
Okay, thank you.
Just look out for Ophelia Grant. She runs the place.
Ophelia Grant, okay.
Well, I hope and he kind of speaks a bit louder. Well, I hope everything is to your liking, and I hope there's no problems at all. And he kind of like looks around the bar, just making sure there are no prying ears.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And he kind of like smiles.
Good night.
Good night. As you head back up into the room. What are Fig and Emlyn doing?
Fig's on the balcony eating fruit.
Emlyn's sleeping.
Bundled up again?
Yeah, bundled up. Just like a knife out and ready. Little bundle.
Okay. Veda walks into the door.
I give her a little wave. She comes in.
Waves back and starts her routine.
Yeah, that's what I say. The routine is had. Fig, where are you sleeping this night? Are you sleeping out on the balcony again?
Yeah.
As
Sleeping in a pile of apple cores.
As the party falls asleep, Veda, you wake up with a chill in the evening. As you look at the balcony door, wide open, like tousled hair, all the drapes are just flying around. As you kind of get up, you don't see Fig. He seems to be in his bed. You see, as you approach the balcony, this very beautiful woman with bark-like skin and autumn-leafed hair. As she floats from the room down onto the street into the market square. And you almost can't help but follow, almost tumbling off the end of the balcony. And she beckons you over with your singing. As you fall over, you blink, and you're now in the middle of dancing around the market square. You see these floating globules of dancing lights all around you. And more of these women are surrounding you, clapping, laughing. The singing gets louder and louder. Then, in the distance, your eyes catch this distant, glowing purple eye with crackling energy. As you're all spinning around, laughing, having a good time, your head is locked, looking at this purple glowing eyes. And a whisper just says, "Control." And you wake up in the morning, seeing Fig on the balcony.
I think Emlyn wants to, early in the morning, maybe like sneak out like a little bit earlier than they got up the day before.
Okay.
If everyone else is still asleep, like before Vader does her skincare routine and Fig eats huge breakfast.
Yeah, and then gonna go out and do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
What thing?
Make a stealth check with advantage.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Is that so? It's a 13.
It's a 13. Yeah.
That's
That's
like
to
up
leave,
for,
that's to leave the room.
I want to point out that I rolled a 5 and that was with advantage. I've got a huge
Yikes.
plus.
Yeah.
It was just very difficult.
So yeah, in the morning as this is happening, Fig, you do kind of like perk up, and you do see Emlyn leaving the room.
They left a little piece of paper on their pillow that says BRB. That's it though, they took all their stuff with them.
Fig's just kind of like, breakfast time.
Okay. Emlyn seemed to have left at some point. And you feel that this kind of weird energy within inside you of that people might listen to you a bit better now. As
Spooky.
Yikes.
as Emlyn you go off and do whatever it is you are doing and make your way back as everyone seems to be having breakfast.
You get big breakfast.
And
I get everything again.
another large breakfast is had. So, what would you guys like to be doing for this morning?
I don't know.
And how has this night affected Veda?
I think she was like a little bit weirded out about it when she woke up, but the more she thinks about it, the more she's like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you just feel like this more magical essence about you, and it feels almost like a warmth flowing through your body now. And as you kind of like walk downstairs, you see more people like turning to look at you and almost smile nervously at you as you approach. Even Jean-Luc has a different appearance about himself. He kind of like looks at you more like that you have this more aura of presence around you.
Yes, this is what she wants from life.
As you're eating your various porridges, toasts, and meals.
I put all in one bowl.
Oh,
Make a concoction.
Eggs and bacon.
just bits of toast in porridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's using it as like a little spoon.
Disgusting.
What would you guys like to be doing?
I think Veda will relay what Jean-Luc told her last night about what Alexander was saying about the troll and the place in the slums as well.
Did she say that about the Knights of Promise, or did she not mention that?
Yeah, she mentioned that.
Who are the Knights of Promise?
It's the courtesan guild.
What's a courtesan?
Oh, sweetie, that's a long conversation.
I just take a bite of my porridgey toast.
I guess Emily's like slip back in with like a pastry or something.
Mhm.
Where'd you get that?
Emily's like, oh, I just decided to go out for breakfast, but you can't. It's me-sized plate. You've already got your porridge toast.
And
Don't
bacon,
take this
right?
away from me. God,
Just looks good.
that's an abomination to breakfast. It's disrespectful, and I don't want to look at it.
I'm really hungry. We had a really small dinner last night.
That's understandable. It's the way that you're eating. It's the combination. It's
It's actually pretty good.
Emlyn turns away. Emlyn turns away and eats their pastry.
Is
They're very cross. I have nothing to say.
is 1.5 roast chickens a small dinner to you?
Yes, it's tiny. Still hungry.
I mean, he did run a very long way.
Yeah, that's true.
So do we want to go, find this troll? Then I don't. Or what do you suggest we do about
Where was the
this guild?
troll again? Was that to the east?
Mhm.
It's a bridge to the east.
And then what way is the slums?
Southward.
So they're different directions.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure you could march in and change their minds about something.
I would like to talk to the people in the non-wild, but I could go and do that myself and then meet back with you.
We can come with you. I just don't think I'm going to be very helpful.
I don't know what a courtesan is.
Oh,
Veda, you look
Um,
different today. You look nice.
Do I?
Yeah, I don't know. You just got like she looks sparkly today.
do you do your hair different?
I just had a very good night's sleep.
Cool.
Fig, there's a
Yeah.
very familiar feeling about Veda. You just like feel closer to her.
Do I
What?
feel put off by that feeling, or am I like more interested in it? Like, is it a welcoming feeling, or is it like one of the feelings that I don't like?
I'd say it's just more of a familiar feeling. You can't really put a finger on it. You just kind of know it.
Okay.
What?
And to you, Emlyn, they do like have this weird aura about them, but you don't have anything weirdly special feeling toward
I
it.
just think she looks like even more intimidating and beautiful. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay, so shall we go and see what the problem is at the non-wild, and then we can decide from there what to do?
Yeah, that sounds
I
fine.
mean, you go ask them what the problem is, but we'll be right behind you, back up, like bodyguards. I mean, I don't know if I look like a bodyguard necessarily, but we're with you.
I don't think I need a bodyguard to go in, but you can come with me.
Well,
Damn.
Emlyn is put out by this. They wanted to help.
As you're having this conversation, you see Jean-Luc trying to beckon you over as you're at one of the tables. And he seems to have a small, very petite human woman in front of him with hair kind of covered over her face. And he's kind of like trying to beckon you over, Veda.
Okay, she'll go over.
He again comes quite close down. This is Maddie. She's looking for performers for this evening at the Known World. I've said that you are very talented, that you've played here before, and you're from out of town. Put a good word in for you.
Don't you want me to play here tonight?
Yes, but perhaps you could go see this other venue first. Just to be sure that it's may have a better things to offer for you. There's always more other nights to play here. And you just see this very pale, kind of greasy haired, like all the way over her face, head down, kind of wearing very raggedy clothes. And you know that, people use emissaries to find people in bars trying to get them to go to the brothels and things like that, but this is not the kind of person you would normally see.
Veda's gonna turn to Maddie and say, are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. And she's her head is right down and you can just see her. You can't really even see her face. I've just been told to come and find people.
Does this chick look okay? Can I roll insight?
Sure, roll insight.
11, not great.
She does seem to be very uncomfortable. You can tell that, but you don't know why. She looks a bit worse for wear in just her general style of clothing and everything. She just says, just be sure you come around this afternoon at some point so you can have a look and make sure that your performance is going to be up to standard.
Okay, Veda's gonna take her by the arm and be like, okay, come on, we'll go now. I'll
Okay.
come with you.
As you kind of like pull her hand up, you see her hand, her arms bruised, and especially around the wrist, it has like kind of deep bruises around it. As you kind of pull it, her hair kind of like flicks out the way, and you can see a swollen side of her face.
Okay, Veda's gonna pretend she hasn't seen that and keep walking, like, with her
Okay.
outside.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I?
Emlyn,
I would like to follow, but sneakily.
yeah, can I just pour all the porridge in my mouth and then follow? It's covered in porridge.
it's like a dog covered in porridge.
I mean, I was thinking of hiding, sneakily following behind.
I turn into a little spider
Oh,
and land on Emlyn's shoulder.
God. I thought you had to be huge when you did that. That's fine, let's go.
So you're going to stealth behind Emlyn?
Yes, please.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Ooh, it's a 24.
Nice. Veda, as you're kind of walking around with Maddie, she's like holding onto your hand, and you can feel her grip is quite tight onto you, like she's very worried about it.
Once we are, like, out at the inn and stuff, if we get to, like, a quiet street or something
Yeah.
where there's, like, no other people, Veda's gonna stop and talk to her.
Okay, as you walk outside of the Queen's Falls Square, you find like a small alleyway, and you can see over the way, or when you were leaving the inn, you saw Emlyn kind of scurry off into another alleyway. Who knows what the hell they're doing? But as you kind of put into an alleyway,
Well, I was going to say, I don't think I can roll perception high enough to
Yeah,
see them.
exactly.
So.
they just kind of like vanish into an alleyway and you don't see them again. You pull her into an alleyway. There's a couple of boxes and things around you, and there doesn't seem to be any prying eyes.
She's gonna stop and stand in front of her
Mhm.
and sort of just try and tilt her head up.
She does it. She doesn't fight back or anything.
Who hacked you?
And you can see her like not trying to make eye contact with you. This is not a problem. We have old stairs and you just kind of like fell down them.
I know that's not true.
Make a persuasion check.
24.
Okay. She immediately just starts crying into your. She kind of just like hugs you and starts crying into your stomach. She's like very very small.
Yeah, Beta's just gonna cuddle her.
Yeah, and she just says, "There's just people that came in about a couple of weeks ago, and they've just kind of blocked off all the entrances and things. And they said if I told anyone that they would hurt our mistress, and I didn't want her to be sore. But I think Jean-Luc said you could look after us."
I will try my best. I won't take you back there though.
Okay.
Why don't you stay in our room in the inn? Make sure Jean-Luc looks after you.
You can see like she kind of like rubbing her eyes, and she says, "Oh, but before I forget, when you get to the door, there's a specific knock that you have to do," and she kind of like uses the barrel kind of next to it. A 4 kind of knock is It seems to have like a very specific stop beat in between the knocks. She says, "You have to do that, otherwise they won't let you in."
Okay. What are they doing? Why are they making you bring people back to them?
They literally just want people to sing for them, and they're just drunk, rowdy bandits. It seems to have hold up there, but no one's looking after us down in that area. There are no guards ever.
Veda's just like clenching her jaw right now.
Yeah.
Is her hair like full fire?
Yeah, she's really mad. Okay, you go back to the inn.
Okay.
Like, you're gonna give her some money and say, get some food, have some, maybe go to the bathhouse and just have a nice long soak, and then sleep. You can sleep in the double bed in the room. That's my bed.
She smiles, and you can see like she's got a couple of missing teeth, and she just kind of like smiles, and she says, "Thank you," and she kind of like takes the money and just kind of like begins to like run off, and then kind of looks at you, smiles, and then begins to dart off.
Okay, where are we, Emlyn?
You're actually pretty close by. You're actually in an alley over the way, and you're kind of
close, but
looking at this.
invisible.
Yeah.
We were the barrel that we knocked on.
Yeah, just like a barrel starts moving.
Does
Oh.
Veda keep going downtown toward the place?
Does Veda wait for us or try to find us or anything, or did she just go on her own?
I think she would probably try and find you guys because she's mad, but she's not stupid.
Yeah, okay. I think if she turns around and it's obvious that she's not going in the same direction, Emlyn from extremely nearby is just going to be like, psst.
Yeah. Yeah, you see from like over the other side of the alley, there's a couple of other boxes piled up, and you just see a head poke up.
Were you there the entire time?
Wouldn't you like to know?
The little spider on Emlyn's shoulder like waves.
Emlyn, by the way,
Slap.
has been like whispering at the wee spider, being like, I could be a bodyguard. Who says that I couldn't be a bodyguard? Like,
I love
on
it
the
if that
line.
wasn't even Fig anymore. He like flew off like 5 minutes ago.
You gotta do your own stealth check.
Yeah.
So, are we going to this place then?
Did you hear what she was saying?
Did I? Probably not.
I think. I mean, they weren't. I mean, they were a little bit hushed.
My perception's not very good. My
Yeah, probably not.
passive perception's 10.
Yeah.
The spider
probably not.
heard all.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Okay,
were
yeah.
if you were trying to listen, maybe roll for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Make a perception check
See?
if you're trying
You
to.
never
listen.
know.
Nope.
Nope.
Strong 4.
Because
Okay.
Veda's back was to you guys, like you couldn't really listen in.
Can I see if
And
I heard
Emlyn was
anything?
still whispering about stupid bodyguard stuff, like
Yeah,
complaining
if-
about your breakfast crimes.
I got 26.
You heard majority of everything that was
You're
said.
right, the spider did hear
The
everything.
spider's just staring with his eyes.
Emlyn's just like, no, where'd she go?
Yeah, Veda's just going to relay it all to them. Just
Okay, no worries. As all conversations had about these kind of bandits have taken up the known world. Have brought them
Sounds like we
down.
should probably get a move on then. Maybe morning's a good time to go if they've been up drinking or something like that.
Oh, I am not leaving those people in there any longer than absolutely necessary. We're going now.
All right then.
As you,
Veda goes.
He's already marching off.
as you march down through Midtown in Lilion, you see where it's mostly a residential area. You see mostly like houses of abandoned because everyone's off at work. It seems to be pretty quiet as you hit the wall separating the Canal Port and Lower Town Lilion. As you kind of see one guard again just lazily sitting on his spear as you walk down into Lower Town Lilion, where you saw last night. Those very close quarters, kind of slum area, all made of wood. There's no cobbled floors, just all kind of dirt. You can see people kind of pulling pack animals through the streets. You see varying races, mostly probably tieflings and half-orcs. A lot of more of the more unique races down here.
Does Veda know where she's going for?
Yeah, you're pointing in the right
directions
direction.
that come through?
As you kind of walk down the main street, you see an area that has been kind of cleared out a little bit, and it seems to have some sort of garden around it. You do see the little swinging iron cast sign of the known world, and it has a small kind of planet around it. It's a large L-shaped building, 2 stories, kind of made of wood, and you can see all the windows have shutters and they're all shut.
Okay, is Fig still a spider on Emma's shoulder?
I feel like Emlyn has relayed this information.
Yeah, Fig should definitely stay a spider.
Fig just puts up his little spider hand.
So, are you just gonna go knock on the door? And maybe you could knock on the door and we could try and sneak around the other way, or we should all sneak in?
I think we should go in together.
Sure.
You might have to pretend that you're a performer.
You have a circus spider, like a flea circus.
What kind of performer?
Fig does a little boogie in his spider form.
We can call you an acrobat.
No. I suppose so.
Just to get through the door, you don't actually have to do anything. It's fine.
I can play the fiddle, just not in tune. I don't have one, so I suppose acrobat it is.
And the acrobat.
Best D&D class.
Okay, so
Okay.
I can't just pretend I just wanted to go and I didn't know there was people controlling it. No, it's fine. I'm an acrobat.
Come with me.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Emlyn just goes behind Veda, hiding.
Mhm. Yeah.
I can hide behind people.
Oh my god, it's like a Russian doll. With all the layers.
Yeah, we're all just hiding behind each other. That works.
Okay, Beta's gonna like go and knock on the door, doing the knock that
Do I have
Molly
to-
should do.
If I'm hiding,
Yeah.
because I'm stealthy, if I'm hiding behind Veda, do I have to roll?
Yeah, I'd say for this, I'd say roll for.
Okay.
Nice, 26.
26.
Okay. Veda wears like a skirt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're just hiding like behind that, and no one can see
You just
around
be
it.
like, oh my god, you could be like under Veda's skirt. You know, if you're comfortable with
Does
that.
Veda suggest that?
I mean, yeah. Okay.
I
you
think
could
if she,
be-
I think if she suggests it, Emlyn just like goes red and is like, I'm normally just behind and no one can see me anyway. I don't. Your hair is very distracting. I think it'll be fine.
Okay. I mean, I wear underwear.
Oh, I should hope so.
Okay. Okay, just gonna knock on the door.
Okay, bam, 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 bam. You hear a voice inside go, "Get the door," and it opens. You see a human man, scar down the right side of his face, kind of scruffy beard, and he kind of peers out and goes, "Who are you?"
Hello. I heard you were looking for a performance.
Oh yeah. He kind of like looks around and kind of looks back He says,
Can Veda see anything else like behind him, or is he blocking the door?
yeah, he's kind of like blocking the way, so you can't really see in. You see it's quite dim lit in there. You can see a couple of flickering candles, but because there's no natural light coming in, it's quite dark. Also, there's a performer coming to perform for you, I guess. Let them in. Okay. He says, please come inside.
You gonna stick close, Emily?
I'm gonna stick very close.
Yeah. And because
But
it's
not
actually
too close. I'm gonna stick to like a polite level of closeness, but also hiding.
I mean, as you can go past the door, you see a empty kind of brothel from what you can see. You see a woman behind the bar kind of rolling her eyes, and you can see a couple of people being like, alright, get me another drink, please. And she's like, I think you've had enough. And you can see sitting in the center of this room a human man, kind of paler skin with a red handkerchief around him, kind of nice armor on. He's kind of sitting with his arm around a woman who has her arms crossed, her legs crossed, and she's just kind of like looking up at the ceiling, and then she looks towards you, and she just kind of smirks a little bit, and she kind of like shakes her head, and you can see most of everyone in this place are human.
So there's 7 people, including the bar lady.
Yeah, from what you can see. So, what do you perform?
I can play, I can dance, I can sing. What would you like me to do?
He kind of like swing around and he says, well, I think a bit of singing would be nice. It's been pretty dull in here lately. And he kind of like...
can play and sing at the same time?
Great! Brilliant! Everyone love that? And like they'll kind of just like shake their head. He says, just sit up next to those boxes over there and we can hear you sing.
I don't know if it like seems like it will be easy or possible. I think maybe Emily and Eva, when we were next to the sort of table as we came in, maybe they would want to just like hide behind a table or something.
Yeah, you can
like,
do that. It's pretty
yeah, I
dark
think
under
so.
them because there's just a small candle lit on top.
Yeah, if it's dimly lit, especially, I think that maybe they're just going to do that.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of dive under the table and just kind of sit and wait with Fig the spider on your shoulder.
Emlyn still has Fig on their shoulder, and they're like, whisper as quietly as they possibly can. If you want to go check out what's going on, this is probably going to be the best distraction.
Fig like scurries off up onto the wall behind them, and this goes up to the ceiling.
As you kind of crawl up in the ceiling, you do see like up in the corners there are probably like cobwebs and stuff as well, so you might make a friend or something.
So we're
like that.
blending on in.
Yeah, just stand next to a cobweb like, I was meant to be here, guys.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I might like start circling the room almost, but like up in the very, very corners of the walls.
Okay. Have you got dark vision, it says?
Yeah, 20 feet of dark vision.
20 feet dark vision. Just so you have light. There you go.
Cool. I'm just gonna like potter about
Okay.
the roofs.
So yeah, Veda, as you kind of set up, or what would you like to perform, should I say?
Well, she's gonna play her lute and sing.
Is there a certain song or anything you want to play, or specifically for this kind of rowdy crowd, is there a song that Veda knows?
Yeah, kind of an upbeat song from Cézanne, I think.
Okay.
Singing in fantasy French.
Okay. Are you contemplating
Okay.
using your new thing?
I am. I'm trying to decide if it's worth it. Just gonna use her enthralling performance.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I'm very excited.
I'm excited too.
Here we go.
Ooh, it's a lot.
So, make a performance check for me. Just to see how well it sounds.
18.
Nice. So, with your enthralling performance, which people would you like to be charmed? Or
The guy that answered the door.
Okay.
The guy with the red, like, neckerchief thing.
Okay. One seems to be the leader of this little rebel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next closest, like, bandit-looking guy.
Okay.
I guess.
Okay. How many? What's your charisma? Is it 4?
3.
3. Okay. Cool.
Next level, it'll be 4.
Emlyn is charmed by your performance, but just in a non-magical way.
Yeah.
They're just really into it. Wow, it's so good.
I mean, it is very
Yeah.
good.
They
and
speak. They speak glowingly of you, whatever the effect is.
this is the bandit captain for their wisdom save, and it's your spell save DC. So what's your spell save?
13.
The bandit captain fails with an 11, and the 2 bandit cards there. 9 and a 5.
Lovely.
So
Perfect.
for
Everyone's big into it.
They
yeah,
are.
as you
All
start
into
playing,
all.
turn away from anything that they were doing and just are completely entranced as you start singing this very upbeat, fun Zisan song that they just never heard of before. And the bandit captain kind of gets up and kind of like approaches you closer, and he's just kind of like looking at you, and you see the girl next to him just kind of get up and walk behind the bar, and she just kind of like shakes and shudders as you continue playing, and he's just completely obsessed with you now.
Can I kind of follow close-ish behind him on the roof?
Sure.
It's like above him.
And this one as well, he's gonna kind of approach, and they're all just kind of staring at you, moving away from the rest of the group. They're all just now standing like 5-10 feet in front of you, just not wanting to get too close, and they're just kind of idolizing you now.
Presumably, like, yeah, Emlyn can see everyone moving over.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I think like they can't see very well in the dark or anything, so I think they're just going to stay put. You know, kind of seeing that these people are all under her thrall.
Yeah, I feel like you've never seen them react in this way before. You've seen really good performances by Veda with traveling with her for a little while, but you know, no one's had this kind of reaction, and they're just kind of all dancing along together. They've all joined arms and now like trying to sing along, but are just like brutalizing the song as you play
Do I kind of recognize the style of magic?
Make an Arcana check.
Is that 9?
Yeah, 9.
It's 9, no.
You don't even know if it is magic, to be honest. You can't really tell.
It's just so good.
Yeah. But yeah, the reactions of these people looks like they're under a spell, but you don't really know. As you play for like a good couple of minutes, Veda, as you kind of finish up, they're just kind of like clapping very like slowly and just kind of like slack jaw, just like, that was amazing. I think we'll have you most of the time. And everyone's like, yeah. And you're like, if that is okay with you.
I suppose I can stay a little longer.
Oh, great. And you can like you see him like start sweating, and he's kind of like blushing almost at like you speaking to him. He says, I've never seen someone so beautiful and amazing like you before.
Oh, well, thank you. Maybe I can play you another song.
Yes, that would be most amazing, please. And he kind of like turns around and he says, Ophelia, get me another drink, please. And you just hear, fuck you. And he turns around and says, excuse me, we have this amazing guest and I will not have that kind of language around her. He says, fine, come over here. And he kind of like walks over. She hands him a drink. Thank you very much. Will our guest like any drink?
I am fine, thank you.
And he kind of like smiles and then kind of like turns back to her and says, we are fine, thank you. And walks back over to you where he was standing like 10 feet away from you.
Okay, she's gonna play for a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
And then once she's finished playing another song, she's going to say, I'm just going to go and have a drink of water.
Oh yes, but of course. And they kind of like part the ways for you as you kind of like walk around. He says, please, just up at the bar. Ophelia will take good care of you.
Okay, she's gonna go up to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna talk to Ophelia very quietly.
Okay.
So hopefully these other bandit guys can't hear her.
Okay. What would that
Or she can
be?
cast a message.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
So
Yeah.
she's just gonna like act like she's getting a drink of water.
Mm-hmm.
She takes a drink, like, answer the questions, like, looks.
Yeah, while she's drinking, she casts message.
Yeah, let's go.
That's so good.
That is really good.
Yeah. So she casts message to Ophelia and says, I'm here to help. I'm going to get rid of these beasts for you.
She kind of like looks around, a bit confused, and then kind of looks at you, returning the message. Says, "Thank you. We were trying to get messages out, but they kept blocking our correspondence.
I'll do what I can. Are there other people here?
Just one down the hallway. He's looking after one of our prized ladies. But
Just clenching her jaw again.
yeah, but she's been as strong as anyone would. They haven't touched us at all, so no need to worry about that. They bark more than they bite."
She's gonna put her glass down and walk back over.
Yeah. As you
where she was
kind of
playing.
begin walking over, she kind of like flicks her dress to the side, and you see at the side, like tucked away, is a dagger, and she just
Okay,
kind of
nice.
just like nods to you.
She's going to walk back over to where she was playing,
Mhm.
and while she's walking, she's going to cast message towards Emlyn,
Mhm.
who is behind the table.
Yeah.
And say, I'm going to keep these ones distracted. Maybe you and Fig can start to take care of the others, and I will try and keep them over here.
This
Do I
one's-
know how message works? Can I reply?
Yeah, you can reply to message.
I feel like yeah, just instinctually you kind of know.
Yeah, I think maybe they want to say, I think once we attack, that's it. So if there's anything else you want to find out about what's going on, maybe before we go, just
I will-
message and tell me when you're about to start.
Okay, I will talk to them, but I think I can keep them distracted as long as I am not attacking.
Yeah. So, but if they're looking at you, and they're enthralled by you, if say, I think what you're trying to do is distract them so they could kill the people behind them. They're not. Their eyes are locked on you. They ain't looking. So, I mean, if it
Cool.
was allowed, they might turn around and have a look. But you know, there's that kind
So
of.
if Vader does strike up like another song,
Mhm.
maybe it's a loud song,
Yeah.
then Emma will use the
She gets a bit
opportunity.
metal.
Yeah. Emma will use the opportunity to try and sneak across to the table that's closest, behind the table that's closest to
Okay.
the other people at the back of the room.
Yeah. I mean, you've got crazy stealth, so yeah, you can do what you
Okay,
wish.
cool.
Fig's just gonna follow him, and
Okay. You're on the ceiling,
I'm
right?
on the ceiling. Yeah, I can see them like darting about. I'm sure.
Yeah. You prepare for another set. They all kind of get ready to kind of take their places, and are looking
Okay.
at you directly, Veda.
She's just going to say, so have you been staying here for long?
Well, we've been here a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's been.
That's a long time to stay.
Yes. Well, it's like a home away from home. They take care of us here.
What do you do when you're not here?
Oh, we're just waiting, really.
What are you waiting for?
Well, my boss is he works for KMC. He's a merchant. That's why we could buy out this lovely establishment. They treat us very well. So we've just been waiting to hear word from them.
Oh, what is your boss like?
Oh, he's a bit of a strange fella. Yeah. He kind of she like leans forward and says, he's a bit of a goblin type.
So he is not as handsome as you.
Well, no. Well, it's very nice of you to say.
But of course. So you are waiting to hear from him for a specific job, or?
Yes, we're just waiting. We help him travel up and down, so we're just waiting for him to say when he needs to go back.
Where do you travel to? I haven't seen much of this country.
Oh, well, you see, what happened was we were down in Kensington Mire, is where most of our band's from. Don't know if you could tell by the accent. We ran into a bunch of idiots from this town called the Bannermen, and we decided to well, I don't want to offend your lovely ears, but we took care of them and decided that we need some new places to raid around and make some good gold. So we had a good opportunity with the Kensington Merchant Company and came further north and began to work with them.
So you killed all these bannermen?
To put it bluntly, we ensured that we could have opportunities open within the town, yeah.
You must be very strong.
Well, yeah. Yeah. He kind of like starts trying to like flex around and just has these awkward poses. You could see the other one's trying to talk in, but he just kind of like keeps shutting them up.
Veda's like laying it on thick, but inside she's just like, oh my god, I want to burn your face off.
Yeah. At this point, what is Emlyn and Fig doing?
I'm waiting
I kind of,
for...
yeah, I think that we're going to be waiting for her to actually play,
Okay.
so that it's a bit noisier,
Yeah.
until she's like totally done asking questions and stuff, since it seems like a calm situation now, and like maybe it's going to kick off.
Yeah.
Okay, I point to, with my little spider arms, if anyone can see me,
Ooh, it's
point down
hard
to
to
the
see.
guy beneath me. Or, no, I'll like use my little web and like lower down a little bit and like dangle above him.
I feel like I've got to roll perception.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Well,
roll
if I
perception, see
you,
if you can
because
see
I
him.
can't see in the dark, and I'm absolutely useless. It's a 9.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you cannot see where Fig is.
Can
I
I
feel like-
scuttle to Emlyn?
Emlyn is just waiting for the music to start,
Okay.
and then it's ready.
Yeah. I mean, you guys could probably have a tiny whispered spider conversation while Veda's asking this guy questions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He's
so
tucked
if-
away.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
if
gonna,
Fig
sign.
does land on my shoulder,
I'm gonna
then
scurry over and land on their shoulder, like
Mhm.
Okay.
point to the guy at the bar, aggressively points.
okay, if that's you, Fig, although I'm not really sure,
The spider shrugs.
I'm gonna still don't know. I'm gonna wait until she starts playing music. It sounds like she's talking to them, and I want to know what's going on here. But as soon as she starts up a song, then we go. So you'll go for the one at the bar, huh? Fig?
Nods.
Is that a nod? I'm just gonna go to the other side.
He raises his little spider paws and climbs back up onto the roof.
Emlyn has definitely, at some other point, tried to talk to a spider that wasn't Fig.
Yeah, for sure. You've actually been speaking to a spider this whole time, and then Fig came down, and you're like, oh.
Oh fuck! That's definitely
It's
what
good because
happened.
you kind of crushed it on your way over.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So Emlyn has like sneaked over, like ready to go, and is still kind of like hiding behind a chair,
Yeah.
but to sort of attack the other person who's right at the back, opposite end of the room from Veda, as soon as she starts playing music again.
Okay, Veda, is there any
Okay,
other
I
questions you
think
want to ask?
She's, I can't think of any right now.
Okay.
So I think she's just gonna strike up another song, quite a loud one.
So you start singing, like bawling out your voice, playing very loudly. Make another performance check.
Can I have
Do
advantage
you get
since they're
advantage?
brawl?
Yeah, I'll say you have advantage because they're actually...
Oof.
Oof.
12.
As you're kind of almost seething with rage, it's hard to like
Her
play
hair's
for these...
definitely gotten brighter.
Yeah, it's hard to play for these people. Start playing, and you know they're loving it, and you know one of them's like, "Oh, it's not as good as the other one." He's like, "Shut up, it's amazing." And they start like clapping along, and like it's a bit more. It's still very good. It's still very well played, and they're loving it. And the couple at the bar are just kind of like, "That's so what?" As this loud music is now like almost deafening around you guys.
I look at Emlyn. I doubt they see me.
When the music starts, Emlyn is just gonna go. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, go
That's
for
what
it.
we agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that if possible, Emlyn wants to attack with like beforehand. I've got a dagger, so I think I want to have a short sword in my main hand and a dagger in the other.
Okay.
And if they can, they want to attack quietly or like just cut them across the throat.
Okay, go for it.
If possible, yeah.
Yeah, as you move up to the back behind him with your short sword.
So it's a 14 with a short sword.
Yeah, that
21
hits.
for stealth, he doesn't know you're
Oh,
there.
I do get advantage.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
21.
21.
And sneak attack and shit.
Yep.
Oh,
So
nice.
10 damage, and I also get 2d6 sneak attack now, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Hell yeah. Nice.
7.
As you walk up behind him, you grab his mouth, slit his throat. He falls down as you kind of quickly push him down slowly. No one seems to notice, except from the two women behind the bars, and they just kind of see him kind of fall, crumble, and like go down to the floor, and then just kind of like wide-eyed as
With a, if I can, I want to give a kind of like as non-threatening a thumbs up as I possibly can.
yeah.
Just blood spatters
be
on your
clear.
face.
To be clear that I'm on side.
Yeah. I
Like a
mean, they do
little
not
wave,
care
maybe?
who you are.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, as just, like a little hand comes up behind the little bar there, and they just kind of like nod. Fig, what would you like to do?
Okay, my attack is gonna be so less impressing, but I'm just gonna drop on him and bite him.
Bite him.
Little tiny spider. Yeah, I can bite people.
Okay.
I can
Um,
poison people.
If there's anything you want to do with your movement, Emlyn, or your other attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got a bonus action is probably hiding again
Okay, go for it.
if I'm not already hidden.
No, you're
Is that
not.
how it works? Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to hide again.
That's a
So-
20.
Okay.
And I guess me and Fig are going at the same time, right?
Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
simultaneous.
What Emlyn is gonna I guess get closer to the other person there.
Okay.
I bit for 17.
Okay, that hits. Yeah, it's a DC 9 Constitution save.
To not get poisoned.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not very strong.
So I bite for 1 damage and then 4 poison.
Okay.
I maxed it. That's nice.
8, he fails.
Oh my god, yes! I poison him.
Okay, he's still alive, very much
I just
so.
land on his forehead and bite his
Yeah,
forehead.
he just
No, I
kind of
land
looks.
on his nose and bite his nose, so I look right at him as I do it.
Yeah, he just like what, and then he kind of like bites into his nose. He's like, ah. Is it 5 damage? He's very much still alive.
I'm crouched down behind him,
Yeah.
just sort of like semi-hiding under the counter.
As you see you sneaking over, the person behind the bar goes out with her dagger and just stabs him in the face and tries to pull him over.
Don't grab me! I'm on
Yes.
there!
You're just gonna at some point you're gonna pop out
Oh.
of spider form,
Yeah.
Yes.
surprise
Shoot.
everyone.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nat 20 for the woman behind the bar. You can see this
She's
pent-up
pissed.
rage as she does 7 damage. As she just grabs him by the collar, pulls him over, and drives her dagger through his face, then pulls him over the bar.
Am I
Uh,
still on him?
It's up to you whether you want to do it or
I'll
not.
hop off onto the bar and just be like sitting on there.
Okay, yeah, and he's dead now.
I shall scurry onto Emlyn.
Yeah. As you kind of get
You. Fuck.
I wave my hands.
as you get a closer look at this woman, Ophelia Grand, she's got very dark skin, wearing this kind of nice burgundy dress. She has black hair tied up into a tight bun with a single strand kind of curling down at the side, and she seems very pissed off. And she's now like kind of like spinning her dagger in between her fingers, and is just kind of like looking over towards Veda.
So everyone near us
Mhm.
and the people at the bar, all of the bandits are dead.
And she
So I think-
she looks towards you, Emlyn,
Yeah.
with her eyes, and then kind of points down the hallway.
Emlyn nods, but also like maybe puts her finger to their lips because I think Emlyn, if we've still got stealth.
Yeah.
Oh, down the hallway or down towards Vader.
Down the hallway, down southward of your position right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Emlyn nods.
Is there anything that Veda's doing, or are you just still playing?
She's still playing, I think.
Okay, we're going down, Emlyn.
Yeah, Emlyn.
Yeah, I think Emlyn wants to sneak. Do I need to? I already rolled a
Yeah, you're already
hide
sneaking.
for my last, if that's okay. Okay. And go down the corridor. I don't know how far down I can get down it.
Get down on it. About here.
Oh, that's right. So I can see another person, can I?
Yeah. As you kind of like start walking forward, using all this darkness down this hallway, he seems to be kind of like slouched against the door, like sitting on the floor against this door, and it seems to be locked as he's kind of pushing his back against it.
As we get near
Definitely one
him,
of the bandits. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
as we get near him,
Sorry.
can I climb onto his clothes so he can't feel me?
Yeah, sure.
Go in there and I'm gonna scurry onto like the collar of his shirt or something and just like ready a bite.
Okay.
Don't cut me, Emlyn. Or should I just bite?
Emlyn-
I'll bite him.
Okay.
Right?
Wait. I feel like maybe we want to go at the same time again.
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
Maybe I've got a hand action to like say that we're going, and Emlyn wants to maybe stab in the place that Fig is not.
Yeah, you can see him scurrying around, so yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
I'll go first because Emlyn's more impressive. So Emlyn can be the dessert. And I'll be
If
the
you go
disappointing
first as
meal.
well, you can maybe scurry off the next zone.
Yeah. Did you succeed to hit?
That hits.
So that's 1 piercing and 2 poison if he succeeds.
He fails.
He
That's
fails.
3.
He takes 3 damage
Yes.
and I'm gonna scurry onto his head.
Okay.
Also to like confuse him that Emlyn's coming, so I'm like tickle his face.
Yeah, he just kind of like flicks his face as you bite into it, and he's kind of still got his eyes closed.
Same thing. I want to come up like round the side and try and slit his throat with hand over his mouth.
Go for it.
I guess that's an 11. It's not gonna hit, is it?
As you kind of like try, you put your hand over your mouth first, and about to slightly, his eyes kind of open up as it just kind of goes wide as you kind of get a scare. You still have your dagger action if you want to use it.
Yeah, if I can try and just stab him in the side with a dagger, given
Yep.
that didn't work.
Go for it.
Oh, it's a nat 20.
Oh,
Nice.
nat
Fuck him
20.
up.
Okay.
I
So-
feel like Emlyn is like, well, you know, they've been violent towards women, and in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
Ready to stab everyone in this place. Emlyn's pretty mad.
As you miss with the short sword, you kind of spin your dagger around and jam it right up into his side, under his ribs and right into his heart, and you kind of pull it out. And that does sneak attack damage as well.
Is that doubled already?
That's
Yes.
doubled already. Yeah, that's an
Cool.
8.
Isn't sneak attack doubled as well?
Yes, sneak attack is doubled, so you just roll it twice.
Whoa. So
Okay.
altogether it's 24.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Told you can be the dessert.
Yeah.
A trifle.
So as you spin your dagger around and jab it up into his heart, he just kind of like his eyes wide open and then they just dull.
This is like the roguiest shit I've ever done. It's very exciting to me.
Told you rogues are fucking
Um,
awesome.
Rogues are so
the
OP.
best.
They're so good.
Down this
So
hallway,
much fun to play.
you see multiple doors off to your side. You should see like little wiggly pink lines, maybe if you can see them.
Yeah.
Those are all doors leading into rooms.
I guess maybe Emlyn goes back. I feel like they don't really know like what's in all the different rooms.
Mm.
And think that it might be smarter to try and take on 3 guys here than go in
I
alone with Spider Fig into rooms where we don't know how many people there are.
I poke at Emlyn and like point down to the crack under the door and just like make a shoveling motion with my little spider hands to suggest I could go under and have a little look.
Emlyn nods.
Okay, I'm gonna take a peek in the room.
Okay.
The room next to
You see this red tiefling woman, big kind of like ram horns with jewelry all
Nice.
over them, and she's kind of like arms crossed, and you can see underneath, pointing out the side is a dagger. And you can see that on the ground is covered in blood, like dried blood.
Is it hers?
She doesn't look hurt.
Does she look like a bandit?
No, she's wearing like kind of flowy, kind of white dress, and you can see it's got like some blood stains on it. It's
Okay,
very
can I
dried
see
blood
any-
stains.
Any bodies?
No.
Can I wave to her in my spider form?
She just kind of looks down at it and like is kind of confused.
I'm gonna scuttle over to her.
She kind of like gets back and kind of like kicks you away a little bit.
Oh, okay, I'll go back out the door then.
Okay. You know what fucking spider near her? There you go.
Can do some spider sign language, like it's safe, y'all. Never mind. I'll just go up to Emlyn and shake my head.
Okay, but
Who knows?
okay,
what that
Emlyn
means.
whispers and is like, "Do you want me to go in the room, or is there danger in the room?"
I
So
make like
nod
a.
for go in, shake for danger.
I shrug.
What?
I
there
shrug with
bandits
an.
in
I
the
shrug
room?
with an. I shrug with a nod. It's safe, but it's not. Eh.
Okay, I feel like I've got to go off what the spider is doing and not what Lily is saying.
Yeah.
So I guess Emlyn is like, are there bandits in the room?
Shakes his
Are there women in the room?
nods his head.
Are there women that could help us the same as women at the bar? Or shake your head for if they look scared and they want to be left alone.
To be honest, this seems like I don't need to be the spider anymore. Because there's only 3 guys left, right? It seems that we've seen.
Well, we don't know how many people there are in the rooms though.
Yeah, I'll stop being a spider. I quietly pop out. I'm like, there's just a lady in the room. She's like a tiefling.
Shh.
I am whispering. And there's a tiefling in the room, and she's like, she's covered in blood, but she seems alright.
Well, maybe it seems like she could help us.
She might. She seems a bit grumpy though.
What? Okay.
You're not necessarily happy if you're covered in blood. It didn't seem like hers, but I didn't see a body either, so I don't know.
Veda, one of the people in front of you, the main bandit guy, you see across his face is a kind of newer cut. As you kind of like are singing along, and you're kind of like, as you kind of know that Ophelia Grand had a dagger as well, you see just kind of like along his cheek is like a new cut, and it kind of comes down right down to his throat.
I think Emlyn puts their hood down and puts their weapons like hidden, and then opens the door a very tiny amount.
It's locked.
Oh. I guess they think that it's someone who's on side and that they should let everyone out.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Well, we can do it after, once we've gotten everyone together.
What if she can help and tell us how many people there are left?
Maybe try another. No, I'm not a spider anymore. I can't check the other rooms.
Exactly.
I can cast Pass Without a Trace. I don't know. That's pretty cool.
I think if we want to, if it turns out there's people in the other rooms, or we want to sneak back to the others to get the guys that we saw when we came in, that's a good idea. I guess I was thinking of just trying to open the door and ask her what's going on.
Could you just
And
like?
let her out if she wants to go.
Could you just like whisper at the door? Like.
All right,
that's-
and then knocks very soft on the door.
Okay. She kind of like comes up to the door. What do you want?
Hey, do you work here?
Oh, yeah.
We understand you've been having a little bit of trouble.
I could have dealt with it if they didn't lock me in here.
Would you like to not be locked in there?
Oh, yeah.
Let me give it a go. Hold on.
Okay.
Maybe she's gonna murder everyone.
I'm gonna step to
Bud.
the side.
Thieves' tools?
Yeah.
So
15.
15.
Okay, easy enough. You put your lock picks in and the latch opens. You hear shuffling inside, a chest opening, and something being pulled out. As you see this red tiefling woman coming to the door with a battle axe,
Oh.
both in hand.
Okay. Emlyn has their finger over their lips and is like, they don't know that we're here yet.
And she goes,
Are
they're
there
fucking
more people?
about to know.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
hold on. Wait. There were 3 guys near the door, and there are 2 that we've already got. Are there more of them in these rooms?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, my plan was maybe to sneak up on the guys at the door, but if you've got other ideas,
Oh, I have many
it
ideas.
seems like I'm maybe not going to be able to stop you. Maybe we'll go a wee bit ahead.
I'm gonna step aside in case she decides to barrel on through.
I feel like after like pausing for a moment, Emlyn's just going to like try and sneak ahead because they're going to do better if
Yeah.
they're not in the middle of the battle axe fray.
How tall are the ceilings in here?
They're like probably 9 foot.
Okay, so I'm a little bit squished.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to crouch down behind this table here.
I mean, it's quite a long way from the back of the room to the front, right?
Hmm.
Wait, I'll
So
see
maybe
my-
Emlyn is like whispering to Fig and to the tiefling woman we found in the room to like follow a little bit behind.
Hmm.
But
Well, I
it's
can
gonna take
cast
them a-
spells from back here.
I think that very soon we're not gonna need to be stealthy anymore. Do you see what I mean?
I know, but I can just like throw shit at people and hurt them from here.
Oh, you
Or-
can stay. No, all right, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
Mhm.
You stay here. And if you, sorry, what's your name?
Malara.
Malara?
Milady.
That's not who Emlyn is. How dare you? Well, if you want to follow, just sort of 10 paces behind me, maybe. Because if I can sneak up on them, that'd be best for me.
He
All right,
nods.
Emlyn goes. Emlyn goes.
Yeah. She nods, but you can see that she's like,
She's ready for battle.
yeah.
Emlyn's hurrying. Emlyn wants that surprise.
Can I ask what kind of armor they're all wearing?
They're
For no particular reason.
they're
Definitely for no new armor.
they're wearing
spells.
leather armor.
Aww.
Are
Yeah.
any of them wearing jewelry though? Does that count?
Are any of them wearing a nice metal headband?
No, they have metal weapons, and the guy with the red handkerchief, his leather armor does have metal studs in them to add a bit more protection to it, if that is something that you want to do. As you just see this woman, Veda, ram-horned red tiefling wearing this kind of nice white dress. It's kind of like torn up a little bit, wielding this massive battle axe, very like juxtaposition to her frame, as she's just kind of almost standing behind Emlyn.
She's very into it.
I guess before she gets too close,
Mhm.
Emlyn is going to try and hurry up and get the guy wearing the red handkerchief
Okay,
before anyone notices them.
okay, go for it.
This is just with the short sword. Oh, it was a natural one.
No, it's advantage because you're hidden.
Oh
You're stealth.
shit!
So
Nice.
21 then.
luckily, rogues are bullshit. So just 21.
They're
Luckily,
amazing.
rogues are amazing.
You gave me a very dark room to hang out in. I'm
Yep,
having a good
I did.
time.
So 21, that hits.
Cool. So that gets sneak attack, yeah.
8 damage, and they're just enthralled at the minute. So
So that's 15 altogether, and I think maybe they're going to use their bonus to disengage because they don't want to be in combat with 3 people. Oh, I don't know.
okay,
No, maybe they're just they're in now.
Okay.
They're,
Stab 'em
can I
again.
say that yeah, they pulled out, they put all their weapons away in the bedroom,
pulled
so
it
they
out.
pulled
Yeah.
out a short sword in the other hand.
okay.
All right. And their bonus is a 20 to hit.
Yep, that hits. 3
That's
damage.
3 extra damage.
Okay.
Nice. So much damage.
As you come up behind him, kind of trying to be quick, seeing this tiefling woman coming up behind you, you drive both your short swords into his back, and he just kind of lets out a loud bit of pain. This is a surprise round, so all you guys get to go before.
Okay, nice. Can I go next? Just because it might be helpful.
Yep, go for it.
Can I cast Hold Person on the guy in the middle?
Go for it.
I'm gonna put it on my little hand. Okay, you have to roll. My spell save is 15.
Wisdom save. Okay. 15. 6.
Yes! Oh, it's never worked before.
Yeah.
I'm
good.
excited. So I pull out my little small straight piece of iron and hold it up in my hand and just look to him and cast it. And
Yeah.
it's like electricity kind of goes up him almost and just clenches his limbs and stuff and tightens his muscles.
Yeah. So as he kind of like begins to turn around to look at Emlyn, he just kind of like is about to draw out his sword and freezes. Veda, do you want to do anything or?
When Veda sees like Emily attacking, she
Mhm.
stops playing and she's gonna cast Produce Flame at this guy next to the bandit captain.
Okay. Okay. So the one north of the bandit captain, you
Yes.
because they do not expect it, I'll say you have advantage.
Yes.
But isn't disadvantage
Nat
'cause it's
20.
Okay.
Isn't disadvantage because it's a ranged spell?
Yeah, but they're not in melee combat.
Oh, they're not? Okay, cool. Nice.
Okay.
She's not standing right next to him either.
Okay,
So
I can't
12
see
fire
that.
damage.
Okay. Are you playing? You're playing your loot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as you kind of like swing your loot around, and kind of dropping it to the side, your hair flicks out, launching this very large firebolt, and it just slams into his face. He tumbles over the barrel and just lies down, not moving.
Fuck these guys.
Anything else you want to do?
No, I think she's gonna stay where she is.
Okay. Malara is going to run, and she's going to go around. She kind of like almost knocks you, Emlyn, out of the way. With her big great axe, is going to swing at this guy with advantage because he's paralyzed. 22, that hits.
I love this lady.
16 slashing damage.
Jesus.
What is she exactly? Except for being a total babe.
A total babe.
Nice.
Pissed off lady.
Hell hath no fury and all that.
Yes, exactly.
Hell hath no fury like a woman pissed off.
With the great axe. She swings round with her great axe, slamming into his stomach and slicing across it, as you can see now, just large pools of blood coming down his armor. I've been waiting for this for a long time. This lady is going to slide over the top of the bar and forward, and she's going to throw her dagger at the other guy. 14 hits, 5 piercing damage. As it lands into his back, and he kind of like looks around and sees this Ophelia. We shall now roll initiative to see what happens. Lineup. We have Malara, who's very pissed off, going first. The bandit captain with a 19 going second. Fig 17. Veda 16. The normal bandit guy 11. And then Emlyn going last. The quickest of the bunch, so they say.
Emlyn is just like not used to it. It's a very bewildering situation, killing a lot of people, surrounded by like very dangerous, attractive women. They're out of their depth.
They're loving it.
They feel like they just like walked into a book, not their real life. It's not normally like this.
So Malara kind of comes round and kind of moves in front of you, and then looks at this guy again, seeing that he's not moving, and is going to take a swing again with her great axe. 21 again. And she like cuts into his chest, and she's just kind of like slicing into him, and she's just kind of like smirking. It is his turn. He's going to try save against the hold person, right?
Yeah, it's at the end of his attack.
At the end of its turn, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he can't do anything.
It's a 15.
Yeah.
So he like is able to like shrug it off and kind of
Okay,
like
bitch, you've asked for it.
looks around for it. So he kind of like now draws out his sword and his dagger. Fig, it is your turn.
I want to, cause it's fun, turn into a panther.
Okay.
Brr.
Cool.
And I'm gonna, that's my turn, but I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna jump on the table and roar, because that's cool.
I feel like Emlyn didn't know you could do that and is just like thrown off. So confused. They're having a stressful day.
It's a lot.
So you transform into a panther, hop up on the table, and give it a big roar. And
I
everyone kind
don't
of
know
like,
if panthers can roar, but he roars.
I assume they can.
It depends.
Oh no. Veda.
Okay, Veda's gonna hop over here a little bit.
Okay.
Just around the side a little bit more. And she's going to cast Vicious Mockery at the bandit captain.
Okay. I really want to know what you're going to say to him.
See if he saves first.
10. He fails.
I was lying when I said you are handsome. You're a piece of shit, and I can't wait to see you die.
Nice.
I like Vader. I
Oh,
like
Vader.
Vader so much.
You see him grab his head and wince a little bit as a bit of blood comes at his eye socket. He kind of like rubs it. Anything else you want to do?
Okay, I'm gonna do Bardic Inspiration on Malara.
Okay. What did you say to Malara to inspire her?
You're beautiful and wonderful, and you can kill him.
She just smiles at you, and she kind of like squares her shoulders more and gets prepared for another attack. The bandit guy, he is going to, I think he's going to not fuck with Malara at all, and kind of turn around and strike out at Emlyn. 9?
Misses, yeah. Sorry, I was just drinking tea. I'm doing the opposite. I'm doing like what Emlyn wants to be doing.
So is he kind of
Just
like,
like in bed with the tea.
he swings out towards you as you just kind of block with both your swords and kind of push him away, kind of still in bemusement to what everything is going on around you. You're able to stay focused on that. Emlyn, it is your turn.
I probably just want to hit him back. I feel like, especially if is it Malara?
Yeah.
If she's already going for the other guy, Emlyn's gonna get back the person who hit him.
Nope.
Oh. Oh, a critical failure forever. That's so bad. Emlyn is so thrown off. They don't know what's up.
There's hot ladies and panthers. It's like,
I
what?
know, it's so much. They wanna. I guess they still want to attack with their offhand.
Okay, there you go.
25.
25 hits.
It's 4 damage. Do I get sneak attack on that?
Yes, because an ally is in combat range with them.
Oh, cool. An extra 2. Rolling a lot of ones. A lot of ones.
So
Surely that's all your ones now, though. They're all out the way. They're all gone.
That's not how probability works. But maybe Emlyn thinks it is.
luckily,
All I think it is.
that was enough. As he blocks one of your short swords out of the way, you spin your offhand and driving it through his chest as you pull out. He just crumples to the floor. Anything else you want to do?
I'm still like in melee with the red scarf guy.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
I guess Emlyn is like very small on the other side of the red scarf guy, opposite to Melara, ready to swipe at his ankles or something, but not really getting in the way of her.
So she kind of like squares her shoulders a bit and is ready to attack. You're flanking, so it is an advantage. Another great axe attack. 12. She's going to use her inspiration, which is a d6, right?
Yep, D6.
3. 15 is exactly what she needed. So she kind of like squares her shoulders, looks at you, she winks and brings her axe down upon his shoulders. 13 slashing damage.
Nice.
And she cuts extremely deep into his clavicle, and you can see a part of his shoulder comes a bit loose.
Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's barely hanging on though,
Oof.
as it is his turn. As he just says, "I've never been so humiliated in my life," and he's going to attack twice with his scimitar.
He's got disadvantage in the first one, right?
Yes, he does.
'Cause
Disadvantage?
vicious mockery.
7 is a miss. Another attack with his scimitar. 14. Yeah, that just hits her. And his dagger attack as a crit.
Oh, nice. Oh, wait, that's not nice. That's not us. Hiss.
Hiss. Okay,
Boo hiss.
quite a chunk of damage.
Is she still standing?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Can she
I don't know.
carry
She's not wearing any
PCB?
armor.
Yeah.
She's
As
got
he
no armor.
as he slices down her stomach, as he drives his dagger into her stomach, she kind of like pulls him in closer and is about to like punch him in the face. As Fig, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just bound my way doof,
Okay.
doof, 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 over up behind Emlyn.
Okay.
So I'm 20 feet away from the guy. Yeah, so just a bit behind Emlyn.
Okay. What's
And
your
I'm
movement
gonna-
speed?
50.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump over Emlyn onto him and use the pounce action.
Okay.
So I can use 2 attacks. So I claw him, which 13 probably misses.
13 misses, yeah.
And then he needs to make a DC 12 strength save.
But you missed, so the attack doesn't go through.
Does it not?
No.
And when it hits, oh, it's claw attack the same turn. Okay, so it doesn't. But I'm on him.
You're off to the side to him.
Yeah.
As you jump over Emlyn, he sees you coming and pushes you off to the side. And he's just like, what the hell's going on?
That could have been really cool. He ruined it.
I think maybe he like sees you coming because Emlyn is fucking screaming. Emlyn like wasn't really paying attention, and a panther is just like jumping over them. Oh.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
Oh, I should do a wolf and I would have got advantage. No.
Okay.
That's all I can do.
Veda.
Veda's gonna step in, and as a bonus, she's gonna cast Healing Word on Melara.
Okay. Healing Word's a range spell, just so you know.
Oh yeah, okay, she'll do that before she steps in then.
Okay, that's fine. I was just letting you know if you didn't want to move in, but yeah. Healing Word.
That wasn't the reason she was moving in, she's just
Okay.
doing it anyway.
7. Nice. You're
That's
very
what
much
she gets.
inspired.
7 HP. And then while she's there, she's gonna stab the stick with a rapier.
In the dick. Okay.
Potentially.
Yeah.
23.
Nice.
That hits.
Finish him.
10 piercing.
How do you want to kill this guy?
I feel like just stab him straight through his chest, because
Okay.
rapiers are pointy.
Yes, they're very
Not
pointy.
so much slappy, just stab it straight through.
As you use your spell to heal up Malara, you see she's about to like punch the shit out of him as she kind of like stops and kind of like moves back out of the way. She sees you jumping forward with your rapier as it kind of like there's pressure not pushing through as you see the rapier almost bend slightly as it then just like pops right through the back. Emlyn, you just see this massive rapier come over your head as he just now is like sitting looking down at his chest with a rapier through it, and he looks up at you and he just kind of like falls limply onto your sword as you just flick it out and blood splatters across the wall.
When he falls, Veda's gonna spit on him.
I think Malara does the same as well.
Kindred spirits.
Then she takes her axe and then just slams it back into him and then just leaves it in his chest. And she says, "Hi, it's very nice to meet you." And puts out her hand to Veda.
She takes it
She kind of
and
like,
kisses her cheeks. Is that all of them?
"I believe so. They locked me in the room and I wasn't allowed out.
I can see why.
But most of the women here are safe. They've slapped around her a little, help her more than anyone else. Is she okay? Have you seen her?"
She's at the inn that we were staying at. I sent her there to stay safe. I didn't want to bring her back.
Probably a good choice. I don't think she should see this. She's too sweet. "Ophelia, how's everything looking?" Ophelia shrugs and says, "Well, very fortunate that one of our own came into town. It is nice that we have friends. I don't know how you heard about us, but I'm very grateful that you came."
The man who runs the inn that we are staying at mentioned that you are having troubles. He's a good man, I think.
Yes, Jean-Luc is always looking out for the best of us, and although he doesn't want to get his hands dirty, he's a good network for information. Please, come sit down. And you see one of the other girls who is behind the bar. She runs out and starts unlocking a bunch of the doors. And you see another 4 or 5 girls come out of the rooms. She says, "We just try to keep the girls away, safe as much as possible. Me and Malara could handle most of them. They haven't touched us. They mostly just slapped us around a little bit. No big deal. It happens here."
Why are there no guards in this town? It's ridiculous.
Well, bit of a story to that. The bannermen came in, pushed their force upon it. The crown saw it fit that this guild was better off looking after our town than guards, so they haven't supplied us with much. But the noble family didn't trust them and wanted to look after themselves, so they took a bunch of the guards. But even them, there are not a lot of guards to look after the size of city. When the bannermen left, we were left open.
So there's not a lot of guards, and you've got a good idea of what to do with all these bodies?
We know a guy.
Okay, that's very good. I've got to say it's out of my area of expertise. Emma's just like sitting on the floor. There's like blood on the floor. They're like panting.
Panther
kinda
Fig
like-
goes and sits next to them.
Oh, it just gives Emlyn a big fright, and they just sort of like stumble up to sit in one of the chairs that's like slightly too big for them. They're just trying to sort of like clean off their jumper.
Everyone's kind of calmed down. You've had a bit of a rest. You've talked to Ophelia
I
and
guess I'm not a panther anymore.
well, it's not been that.
So reluctant.
It's fine. I'll turn into boring old me.
You've talked to what was her name?
Oh, I was wondering, just for fun, can I
Malara.
cast Detect Magic?
Yes.
Like anything?
You see that Ophelia has a ring that's magical.
Okay, is there anything on the corpses?
No.
Disappointing. Okay, that's fine.
Are you wanting to loot their bodies or anything, or are you guys?
I'm
kinda
not super fast. I just wanted magical items, but that's mainly me.
Yeah. Okay. Is anyone else fussed?
I feel like if
Yeah.
there were less people around, Emlyn might have been searching through the bodies. But
Mm.
since there's lots of people around and there's loads of corpses and we're inside, they're just overwhelmed. They're
Yeah.
just
Like,
sitting.
nah, I'm cool. I'm cool.
If
Not weird.
if any of the dudes have money on them, Veda's gonna take it and give it to Ophelia or Malara or any of the other girls.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of rough through their pockets, and there's a lot of gold. They have like 200 golds worth on them.
Okay. She's just gonna slam it down on the bar.
Yeah, and she just, Ophelia just says, well, thank you very much. Is there anything else we can help you out? Do you need healing potions? Do you need horses? Anything we can help a sister out?
Do you have healing potions?
She says, she kind of like pulls a drawer open. She says, we have one left, unfortunately. You've been having to use a couple.
Do you need it?
No, we're okay. And Malara just says, no. And she's just got a big smile on her face as she's like rifling through the rest of the bandits and seeing if they have anything fancy on them. She kind of like takes the swords and stuff and kind of like throws it to the side. Says, no, I think we're good.
Okay.
Is there any uneaten food on tables?
No, I think it's mostly alcohol.
Gross.
Veda's gonna give the healing potion to Emlyn since they don't have one.
Cool. Emlyn takes the healing potion. I think maybe they were like watching the money on the counter, but they definitely don't say anything, and they were definitely very on board with like coming here and helping people.
Yeah, Ophelia says, I haven't seen you around these parts. Where are you from?
I'm from Sisan. I'm traveling.
Well, this is very different from Zisan. I spent a couple of years over there and wanted to run my own brothel, but not as easy as one once thought.
This would not happen in Sisan.
No, it really wouldn't. But I try my best, and the guild provides when it can. But yes, is there anything else I can help you with? Do you need gold? You've more than welcome to it.
Emlyn's looking at the gold on the counter, but they don't say anything.
Don't you need it? I feel like you have suffered enough. You can
Yes.
put it to good use. Maybe hire some guards, since
But-
the town won't provide any.
But calling that man pretty, with a straight face as well as you did, I think deserves some gold. Here. And she kind of goes into the pouch and says, I feel like you're not going to take it unless I give it to you. And she hands you a pouch of 50 gold. She says, that's yours.
Thank you.
You can get that staff.
I will make sure it's put to good use.
And I'm sure it will be.
I
Yeah.
don't want to leave this town until I know that you will be well looked after.
That is very sweet of you. And Malara kind of gets out and goes, yes, that is very sweet. I feel like you deserve a relaxing night. Perhaps we could go out in town and maybe I can show you around since you're new in town.
That sounds good to me.
And she kind of like nods her head, kind of like raises her eyebrows.
Was that an invite to all of us or just Veda?
Not us.
That's
Is
up
that
to Fig to
in
decide.
character? Because I think that that's really good. Emlyn is like very red and like looking away, like trying to look
Just
at other
like-
parts of the room.
Fig's just like, can we get food when we go out?
She looks towards you,
Here,
Fig.
maybe I can take you out for food. We can go on our own little adventure.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Malara swings her axe up over her shoulder and just says, I think I'm going to get cleaned up, Ophelia. I'll be right back. And she kind of goes into the back room.
I feel like everyone in the room blushes when she does that.
Well, if you need anything else, you always have a place here. We'll be closed for a couple of days anyway to try to get things back in order. Maybe with this gold we can, hire a couple of more people.
I hope so. I'm going to talk to Alexander.
Good luck.
I said talk, I mean yell.
Yes, it will only get you so far. We've yelled at him for years.
I'll see what I can do. I'll send your girl back.
Yes, she deserves
She's-
a break.
I told her to go and rest in our room, so if she's asleep, I will leave her, but
Yes.
I will send her back this evening at least.
Well, ladies, I think we need to clear up of this mess. Better get Gregory a call. He needs to do a bit of cleanup. And the ladies nod, and a couple of them leave. You see a lot of the windows now open up, and they kind of dust off and kind of clean themselves off. And Ophelia nods and says, "If you need anything else, just ask."
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you're all safe.
I'm glad that you came to rescue us. Well, and she kind of like starts speaking off to other people. What would you guys like to do?
Shall we head off?
Yeah.
I feel like Emlyn sort of like hurries out. Now that like the fighting is over, I think they're a bit like flustered and don't really know what to do. And maybe once they're outside, they're like, "Hey, what do people think if they saw me going in? I mean, it's not like I know anyone around here, but
What's
folks
wrong?
back home."
What's wrong with it?
Oh, well, no, but I personally, there's people I wouldn't want to misconstrue what I was doing, but it's not like I mean, it's not like I know that many people on the mainland, so it's fine.
As far as Fig is aware, this is a place where women hang out and drink. That's all he's kind of got the idea of.
Yeah, Emlyn is being like, Emlyn's being weirdly defensive about just like hanging out with people.
Yeah, he's just like, what? Do you want to hang out with a bunch of ladies? All right.
Another mission, Dunzo. So, where are you guys heading? I feel like to Alexander's, but
Yeah, Veda's gonna just go and like fucking knock his desk over. Just start flipping tables.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys want to head to Alexander, we can do that.
Sure. But I'm gonna stay out of Veda's way.
Yeah, also,
Wait.
Emlyn is not going inside the place where all the guards are. They're getting very nervous about having been in the same place for a long time and also having done a lot of murder.
Yeah.
So I think they're hiding outside somewhere if Veda's going inside.
I feel like Fig will. I feel like Fig's a bit scared of Veda right now. Like she looks a bit scary, but he might stand at the door so in case anything goes wrong, he's a bodyguard.
Okay.
Well, maybe you can ask about your paperwork in
Okay.
case they've got it. And just in case anything did happen, then we could leave and we've got your paperwork.
Okay. I'll go in with Veda.
Okay.
I'm a little scared though.
So you head back up into the Silverside district, in front of Alexander's office. You bust in through the doors. He's still sitting there, writing out things. You see him and the large orc lady who seems to be speaking to him. As you kind of bust in, she kind of like
So he
turns.
just kicks the door down.
Yeah.
Veda's not physically capable of kicking a door down.
She's like,
Yeah.
I like the idea that also like Fig kicks the door down and Veda is just there as if it was her.
yeah, with her leg up.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So yeah, the doors swing open. You see Alexander behind his desk, and the person that you know as Francis, the orc lady, kind of like turns and looks and says, "Can I help you with anything?"
Yes, we have just come from the known world in the lower district, which was overrun by bandits because you don't have any guards in your town.
She kind of like squares
Also,
up.
is my paperwork done?
Alexander like shakes his head to you, no,
Okay.
and then kind of like looks up at these two people. And Francis kind of like squares up, sitting 6'7", also with a large grey axe on her back, wearing the tabard of the town. She looks down and says, "I'm very sorry to hear this. Those women deserve much better. I'm sorry."
Your apologies don't mean anything when girls are being beaten because you don't do your job.
She looks towards Alexander. "Why were there no patrols down in the lower city? I've ordered multiple times that we need help down there." And Alexander, now fumbling with a quill, looking at these two ladies standing over him, he says, "Well, you see, the bannermen typically look after that district. And
Well,
Francis says,
apparently the bannermen are all dead because these bandits killed them because you have no guards in your town and you don't do your job.
and Francis looks towards Alexander and says, "Is this true? Do you know that the bannermen are dead?"
That is what the bandit captain told me.
Make a persuasion check.
16.
She looks at you. Well, if this information is true, then we'd rouse our suspicions at why they've been gone for a good couple of months when the job should only take a month at the most. Alexander, this is out of control. We're losing the city, and I would not have it fall to bandits. And Alexander says, well, like you said last time you were in here, that there should be more guards around. I have sent papers to the capital to put in a requisition for more guards to come, but again, that can take a little while.
Vader's gonna just kind of look between the two of them and look to what was her name? Francis,
Yeah.
and look to her and say, "Why are you not captain of the guard? Why is this little worm captain when you should be? Clearly, you care more than he does."
Most of the time, the captain of the guard sits there. I prefer to be out on the streets helping where I can, but I am only one person. I can only do so much, but I am upset and distraught that the fact that my town has been overrun. I've been dealing with multiple calls of bandits roaming through towns, and I've been trying to organize my forces where I can, but it leaves the city undefended.
And yet all the guards are at the noble house because they cannot afford to pay for personal guards. What is the reason for this?
This is the way, I'm not sure you are from here, but that is the way our system works. They can order us around. We are our military force, and whatever the nobles say, or the king himself, it is what it must be done. And the king has ordered that the Nitoise must be protected at all costs, and that is the way it must be.
It is no wonder that your empire lost the civil war, because I have been here for only a couple of months and it is incredible how incompetent your system is.
You see her like kind of curly ginger hair that she has kind of like almost frizz up a little bit as she inhales and says, "We did not lose that war."
Sisan is no longer part of your empire. You did not win that war.
But nor did we lose that war. We could have taken down Sisan, but we thought it safe for everyone involved that we make a truce. And our king made that royal decree of a ceasefire.
How noble of him. She waves her hand. I don't care about this. I just care about your people who are being beaten by bandits because there are not enough people around to protect them. That is all that matters.
You can see her kind of tusks kind of tensing up as her jaw clenches very hard. And she looks towards Alexander. She slams on the table. The table like bends and creaks and storms off back outside. Emlyn, you see this very angry orc woman storming out. She unwields her axe and now like drags it behind her, almost savage-like, going to attack a wounded animal. And Alexander says, we will see what we can do. I will make a message to the Nitoise and see if we can get people down to make more of an effort around town.
How many times do we have to do the job of your guards?
I don't know. And he kind of just sees like he's a defeated man for sure. Is there anything I can reward you for doing this?
You can give us some of this apparently extra money that you have not spent on guards so that we can buy better weapons and armor, since we are apparently having to do their jobs.
He kind of like quickly like nods his head. He's like, Yes, let me just fill out this form of funds." And he kind of starts writing quickly, scrawling his handwriting, and it's very messy. And he goes into the safe under his desk. You hear the spinning of the cast iron valve that holds it in place. He opens it up and puts it on the table and says, "Yep, there. 250 gold pieces should hopefully help you out, and we very much appreciate. Can I note down where this money is going? Do your band have a name?"
No.
The fuck buckets.
I was actually. Oh my god! What? I was ready to say something. Broke my train of thought. I was just trying to say that we got to come up with a name that spells dice.
Oh, we do.
I feel like the name of us also needs to spell DYS.
Okay.
And I'm working on it. I'm
We
going to come up
will-
with some bad suggestions soon.
We will let you know if we think of one, because I guess we will be here for a while trying to solve all your problems.
You can always call on Dick's Yell Salmons.
Don't listen to him.
Pig's not there. He left.
Oh, you know, he left.
He did.
Disaster, you say? I feel that's like a question.
Hmm?
Disaster, comma, you say? Question mark? Oh, destruction, you say? I feel like it needs to be a more positive word if we're like
Yeah, I
blaming
feel like it
ourselves.
has to be nice and catchy.
I'm working on it. I'll get back to you.
Okay. So he says, "Yes, I hope this money will suit you well.
Thank you. I'm sure we will put it to good use helping your town.
Yes, I very much appreciate it. A lot of the time my hands are tied. I just..."
I have heard a lot about your tight hands.
And
Apparently,
he
there
blushes
is a-
very red.
I love Veda so much.
Make a general intimidation check, actually.
Amazing.
21.
Oh,
21. Okay,
beautiful.
yeah, he is terrified. He says, "Well, if you're going to be helping the town, I do have a mission that will benefit the whole town. That there's
Yes, I heard that you had a troll.
yes,
Is that what you were going to tell me about?
yes, I was. You apparently know more.
What? You need to tell me the details, though.
Yes. If you head eastward out of town, there's a troll who is very upset, and a lot of the merchants and travelers who pass the bridge normally pay homage to him. And recently they have been going across free, and it's quite distressful for a lot of people, as a lot of people believe that he is good fortune while crossing the bridge, and he has become depressed and sad for a reason I do not know and do not have time to investigate, so I thought I would give it to any adventurers or travelers to investigate.
We can go talk to your troll. Does he have a name?
Oh, yes, we call him Poppy.
Poppy.
Yes.
That's quite cute for a troll.
Yes, he's a very sweet man. But be gentle with him. He's a soft soul.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am always gentle.
Uh-huh.
Well, I will go and see what I can do for your troll, provided that your should-be captain of the guard does not behead me when I leave.
She will be fine. She fought in the war, and is very has strong feelings towards our king.
I don't know why, but okay.
It's just I don't want to go into people's personal business, so I do not ask. All I know is that she is very passionate.
Okay, well, I will leave you to your paperwork. I'll let you know how we get on with Poppy.
And he just immediately puts his head down, gets paper, and starts writing.
Bear's gonna leave.
Flick of the hair, and you leave.
I kind of want, unless there's anything else. Oh my god, fucking cut me out. Unless there's anything else that anyone wants to do,
Keep out of Veda's way.
then I want the three of us to be walking like off in the direction, like towards the troll, like setting off on a new adventure. And I think maybe Veda has like mentioned that he asked for a name for the group, and I want Emlyn to say, defenders of your city. DYS.
Wait.
That's it. That's what I got.
Don't know if that works.
That's what Emlyn thinks it's spelt, so...
Dysfunctional.
So, are you guys?
I thought we were gonna head home.
Yeah, are you heading towards the troll, or are you gonna head?
I feel like we were
towards-
heading towards the troll. I went, actually, you know what? It's 9 o'clock.
Well, like, yeah, I was gonna say, what time is it? I feel like it's only
I
like
thought it was
mid-afternoon.
morning, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
probably like
Oh shit! All right.
12.
Lunchtime.
Yeah,
No
I
one's
mean, we
hurt
can
or
take
anything,
we
are
can
they?
take a break. I'm not.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, a little short rest would be nice. Get my.
Okay.
Get my
Shall
phone.
we can get some lunch and then we
Oh,
can go
lovely.
talk to this troll.
Sounds great. I want pastries.
Yes, and we can end the session with you guys at a nice cafe, having pastries.
Nice.
And you look
Wait,
upon
it's still mildly simmering.
yeah, as you look around the town, feeling that you've done a good job with clearing out a lot of the riffraff and lower towns, and you feel a lot safer knowing that you can do something about it, and curious about this new troll situation with Poppy and what adventures will lay in front of you.
Find out next time.
Okay.
Undo your shopping.
Distinguished young supervisors.
Supervisors.
Yes.
I thought you were going to say superheroes.
Yeah, but
Okay, actually, superhero makes a lot more sense. I'm like scrolling through a big list of words, and it's like sweethearts,
Oh,
sportswear,
distinguished young
scholastic,
sweethearts.
I've got
schemists.
I've got a perfect one.
What?
Go on.
Drop your sweets.
What?
Give us your lunch money.
That was perfect.
Because y'all want to still
Um,
get stuff.
Drop your sweets.
Deplorable young
Saints.
proprietors. Yeah, but then they
Deplorable
can't be
young
I feel like
saints.
there's so many bad words beginning
Yeah.
with D. Everything they are is like dishonest something,
Yeah.
disapproving.
Describe your socks.
That's really good. I feel like disruptive is a good beginning word.
We really need to have a think about it. I like this, it's like fading out, and it's just all these suggestions from Emlyn, like this. No, this. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Draw Your Swords, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out our social media at DYS Podcast.